Greetings and welcome to your Friday edition of Runescape Weekly. Magebit here. Allow me to bring in your good friend and co-host, Pyrnassius. He's here somewhere. I buried him. Wait, let me dig him up here. Hi, Pyrnassius. Hi.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hello.
Good.
How are you today?
I'm good. I'm good.
Up a bit early today?
Yes. Show starting a mild bit early, and I think that that's pretty good. That's a pretty good thing. We're going to just jump right into the show. I think I don't see a need to postpone anything really. I changed the donation. I think the ticker. That's the only thing I think I'm going to mention before the show. I don't really need to mention that on the show, as that's not really a show thing. That's a stream thing. So that's the only stream thing that needs to be mentioned, I think. The donation thing has been changed from headphones. I'm gonna live with my headphones, so I changed the thing from from headphones to DNA testing. So if you tip during the stream, just know your tip is not going to headphones anymore. It's going. I want to do 23andMe DNA testing because my mom did 23andMe DNA testing, and she just got her thing back positive for the flags for the genes for celiac, and I've been having huge stomach problems, as you all know, for like the past 2 years. I've been just struggling horribly with my stomach, so now I kind of want to know. I have a 50% shot, being her son, obviously, of getting those same genes, so I'm just wondering, maybe if I have those markers, I'd like to be able to bring that up with my stupid doctors who won't do anything about it. And obviously my insurance doesn't cover DNA testing, so, you know, out of pocket. Anyway, so if you'd like to
And
help...
I just want to say,
Yep.
Wake up yourselves, America. I mean, that's a standard thing. One of the first things they test for here when you are with stomach problems is the celiac, you know, to see if people are gluten intolerant. And when you told me that that's not something standard over, because that was the first thing I thought of, but never mentioned it because it's like the first thing they ever test for over here. So
yeah, stupid.
Was,
Very upset.
Yeah, Mr. Thieves giving you 100 for the fight against gluten. I wasn't arguing. I was telling you. I was telling you we're reenacting my nutritionist appointment in the pre-show. Yes, that was funny.
Yeah, actually, let me write that down. Magebit reenacts. Magebit reenacts. Nutritionist.
Did a great impersonation of his nutritionist.
Yeah, it was actually kind of insensitive and maybe offensive, but yeah. Seriously. Anyway, so that's all. That's pretty much stream related. Anyway, we're gonna get right into the show, and it's a good show. I'm actually pretty impressed with the amount of topics we pulled out of thin air. Because there's not
a whole lot out there.
Not a whole lot out there, but that's, you know, it's the end of the year, and that's to be expected.
I just want to give a shout out to all the stupid people to start getting all your Reddit posts and official forum posts back out there. We need some topics to laugh at you about.
I am in a mood that does require laughter, so yes. Thank you.
Where are you, Tiger 100?
And thank you very much, Thieves. Yes, thank you for the tier 100. Oh, why did I... Oh, this screen apparently doesn't do sound. Why did I get sound for that? Hang on. Let me open up my Streamlabs dashboard for that. Because I want that. That shit should fire off. I wonder if
That's it, because we normally hear the sound over that when something happens, but there was nothing. That's why I sort of gave the little nudge there, because there was no sound. I wasn't sure if you saw it or not.
I didn't, so thank you. It's supposed to drop into the little bucket and make a sound. I think it dropped into the bucket, but it didn't make a sound, which makes me sad, because I'm a very sound-oriented person. That's how I generally notice things.
That's why I love to play RuneScape with sound, because it's the same thing.
Yeah. Like I've been having sound issues. Speaking of, watch me not going into the show. So we're going right into the show, and then I don't go right into the show. I'm over here trying to figure out the new dashboard. I hate it. Where is it? Take me there. Okay, it's called recent events now, I guess. They've changed it. All right, let's make the sound. But I like the sound. Okay, so yeah, it does do that, but it doesn't make the pretty sound. Huh. That makes me sad. Well, I'm not going to be too sad. Because being too sad would just be silly. But I do super appreciate it. Nonetheless, Mr. Thieves. Mr. Thieves. There's a hole in my bucket. Let me bring my monitor over to here. My chat monitor, so I can read that better. Good, good, good. I'm just getting everything realigned as well. And... good. I'm also thinking about doing late night dungeoneering streams as well again. I want to do cross community streams as well, which would mean streaming to YouTube and Twitch, where we do both, or so I can do dungeoneering with the whole community. That would be fun. Anyway, all right, let's get to the actual show. Okay, I'll stop. Here we go. Cutting gears, changing gears. Here we go. Pern, you ready?
I am ready.
3, 2, 1. Oh God, that was really loud.
Even I heard that.
That was like 100% volume. I'm so sorry. Let's get down to 25%.
There's always something you forget to check.
Always, it's always something.
So we've got our one this one, so we know the rest of the show is going to go smooth.
All right. It's always. I'm so sorry. I hate my.
R.I.P. ears.
I'm so sorry, everybody. Yeah, this is a professional production. You know what? It's like I see that picture of DX behind all those switches and gears and professional things, and I think to myself, I'm over here, and he's over there, and what the hell happened to me? All right, 3, 2, 1. You're listening to Runescape Weekly for December 6, 2018. I'm your host, Magebit, with 17 years of RuneScape experience. Joining me today is Pyrnassius, and on today's show, Alchemical Onyx, Winter Weekends, December month ahead, combat suggestions, taking a step back to ponder Jagex, 2 useless Alchemical Onyx updates, Ironmen are screwed, stop being future negative, where's my $5 membership? What really grinds my gears? And listener comment. Thanks for tuning in, and enjoy the show. Welcome back to your Friday edition of RuneScape Weekly. And enjoy the show again. Yes! Welcome in, everybody. Magebit here.
Welcome. If you can still hear us after
that. The audience is deaf. If anyone remembers Rocco's Modern Life, there's an episode of Rocco's Modern Life where they all go to the theater, and there's that sound test where they go like, and then they go, the audience is now deaf. Like that's just the only. I don't know. I love Rocco's Modern Life, and I have that one memory. I have many little glimpses and memories of that show. They're remaking it. So I remember it fondly, and I can't wait for that. Anyway, how you doing, Pern? I'm going to start off with you. Forget about me. I'm going to step aside for a second and let you go first for once. How are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. As I said in the pre-show, I had the meeting with a barrister today because, again, all the crap going on with my back where they accept the 5% damage that is needed to say that I am sort of permanently disabled from working, but they only allocate 3% to the actual accident that happened and 2% to sort of previous accidents, which were still done at work and where, I was off for a week or two, but got back no worries at all, but that's worth 2% apparently.
Yeah.
So now we have to go through the courts and rather than just sitting down a mediation and doing all that, but yeah, so I haven't been in the greatest of moods this week. But obviously sitting down with the solicitor today and just going through things, he sort of made me feel a bit better with different things. But other than that, I'm not too bad. Still chasing Bernie, the fire-making pet. That's
that a different F word was about to come out of your mouth.
Yeah. No, still chasing Bernie. So 48.7 mil XP since the 1st of November and he still hasn't rocked up, and I'm watching all these level 84s and 76s and 92s getting the pet.
Right.
One guy at level 43 got the pet, and I'm sitting there and just cursed. I'm sure that they've got it around the wrong way. The actual sub 99 has the best chance. Between 99 and 120 is the second best, and post 120 I reckon is the worst chance of all of getting the pet.
It might be. It very well might be. I'm all for that possibly being the truth.
I really do think that they mix the numbers around.
I think they need to go back and look at the code. You might be right.
Yep.
Because I have sunk a lot. I'm not that far into construction. Let's take a look here. Let me go down to construction. I'm 107 million XP to construction. So I've only sunk 3 million past 120. So that's not like too much. When I'm like 120, that's when I'm gonna start complaining, I think. I don't. When do I have a right to complain? When do I start complaining, Pern? Like 120, 140?
No. If you haven't got it by 199, that's when you.
Oh! I have to wait until 200 million.
Yeah. No, because the hell, I mean,
that's an expensive skill.
Yeah. Well, remember the guy who had 200 mil on it already. So then he wanted the pet because he was 200 mil construction, and it took him 145 mil, I think it was, before he got the pet over the 200 mil. So I felt bad for him.
Yeah, I mean, there is definitely fringe cases. That does suck. Venom saying I have 4 pets, all of which I got in nearly level 90s. Crafting, fire making, avenging, and summoning. Yeah, those are pretty good pets to get. Crafting was one of my last ones. I got it at the Harps. Yeah, I unfortunately, all of the pets that I have left to get are all either expensive or I hate, which, that's my fault for leaving them last, but that's just how the cookie crumbles.
But so that's what's funny about
sanity
it.
Crumbles.
It's the pets that I wasn't chasing, like the hunter pet and the slayer pet, the crafting pet, all come in like accidentally. But the pets I've actually hunted for have taken forever.
Yeah. Well, that's where I'm at, is basically just that's how I'm spending my December, is a combination of pet hunting and recouping my money from pet hunting, because unfortunately the skills that I have left are money sinks and sanity sinks. It's because I have construction and herbalore and dungeoneering. Dungeoneering being the sanity sink, and herbalore and construction being the money sinks. So between construction and herbalore, I go and make money, and then I do a little bit of dungeoneering until I can't take it anymore. And then the cycle repeats itself. And then in between that, I do some agility. When I do agility when I'm streaming, because I can't really pay attention to the show and do any of those activities because they're kind of hands-on. So yeah, that's pretty much how I do my routines, and that's my life, and that's been my life. So that's Magebit. Welcome to my life. Hi. We have some PSAs to start the show off for you. First up here is the achievement competition winners. It's been a month. It's been more than a month, actually. We let the competition drag on for just a little bit longer, because I kind of let it started a little bit late or something. Something happened, but we gave it an extra little bit at the end there. So I'm going to go ahead and announce the winners here. If you hear your name called off, you are a winner. Now, you'll remember the prize splittings here were 125 million for first place. Second place was awarded 25 million. Third place was awarded 25 million. Fourth place was awarded 8 million. I'm sorry, 25 million. No, 8 million and so on. Fourth place to 10th place was 8 million, right? And then everything else was just honors. So you got that? First 3 places were the big bucks. 4th and 10th had the 8 million, the little prizes, consolation prizes. And then honors, 11th plus was honors. So I tracked up to 16th place, basically. That was pretty much 16 people tracked of the, I think there was about 26 people who entered. 16 people tracked up to at least 2 times. Some people tracked 3 times. So, you ready for this? Here we go.
Go.
Number 1. Should I start from the bottom? Isn't that how that works?
Yeah, start from the bottom up.
All right, we'll start from the bottom up. All right. Starting from 16th place is 99-2 with a changing score. Starting with their first score was 500. They ended with a score of 565, so the change there was 65. 15th place went to Dan with a score of 10,900, ending with 11,075 for a change of 175. 14th place was Hound Ears with 1,880, ending at 2,070 with a change of 190. 13th place was DXCLB with 12,325, ending at 12,580, change of 250, change of 255. 12th place was Bobcats, starting at 490, change of 920. I'm sorry, up to 490, change of 430. 11th place, Velma Vixen, starting at 460, ending at 4930, change of 470. 10th place, this is where the actual money starts to kick in. Winning 8 million gold is Nico, starting at 6,640 and ending at 7,210. There's a change of 570. 9th place is Jester, winning 8 million gold. It's 8,580, ending at 9,295, a change of 715. 8th place is Super Pie, winning 8 million gold, 15,080, ending at 15,975 with a change of 895. 7th place is Iron Rippeth, with winning 8 million gold with a change of 3,315, ending at 5,130 with a change of 1,000. Did I skip something? No, with a change of 1,815. 5th place was Thieves, winning 8 million. Winning 8 million gold.
He's in chat, so I'll say congratulations to him.
Congratulations, Thieves. Yes. With starting at 17,765, ending at 19,700, with a change of 1,935. 4th place was Hades, starting at 3,185, ending at 5,210, with a change of 2,025. Starting in 3rd place was Pyrnassius, winning.
Did I get 3rd?
Yes, winning 25 million gold. Is with a start of 16,185, ending at 18,315 with a change of 2,130. So again, I think you said you were
and having 285 points stolen off me by Jagex.
Yeah.
Everyone else had the same thing, but hey, I'm just going to claim it on my one.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, I wasn't expecting to get that high. I was sort of the 8 mil.
I say that all the time.
Heard me. Let's break down 5 mil to the 5 people below me.
All right, we'll figure. Don't make me do math live. We'll figure that out after. All right, so he wants to do 5 mil to the people below him. I'll figure that out after.
Yeah.
And oh god, that's going to be confusing, but I'll figure it out after. And yeah, we'll figure it out. Anyway, second place goes to Killer Bunny, with starting at 17,450, ending at 20,040 with a change of 2,590. And taking home the gold in first place, Rhino, starting at 34.35, ending at 67.60, with a monumental change of 3,325. Congratulations, Rhino, with the largest rune score change, taking home 125 million gold.
Congrats, Rhino.
Good job, buddy. I hope you enjoy it.
I think Rhino's also another Aussie, so there you go.
Yeah, well, I hope you enjoy it.
Kick butt.
Good stuff. I hope it helps you. I hope you spend it well.
I just want to say, we Aussies kick butt, but do you actually let the team down, coming all the way down?
A massive rune score change.
Yeah.
And if you heard your name on the list, PM me. Feel free to claim your money at any time. I will do my best to accommodate your teleportation location. And that's that. We will be running another one of these in March once I recoup my my costs. If you are if you're interested in being a part of this, if you want to be on the donation side of this, if you want to donate to the pot, make it larger, contact me. If you want to be on the donation side, let me know. You can be a donor to the pot and whatnot. We can do that and whatnot. If you want to enter into it as well, we'll try to get a more formal process set up next time. I had a larger interest than expected. So it was harder to track, and Killer Bunny helped me out a lot more than I expected, because I'm really not good at keeping track of numbers. And if I had a spreadsheet, this would have been a lot smoother. So I would like to get like a nice spreadsheet done with this where I can just pop names in and it just keeps track of the math. So it's nice and smooth and easy, and there's no room for, any divergence.
Errors.
I like divergence. Sounds less messy. Anyway, let us talk about our next PSA. Would you grab Winter Weekends for me, Pern?
Yes, we have the Winter Weekends coming up. So this week is Deep Sea Fishing and Fishing. Our Fishing Winter Weekends has arrived. For the first time, enjoy exclusive Deep Sea Fishing bonuses, along with traditional fishing bonus we've offered in the past Winter Weekends. There is no Ironman restrictions whatsoever for all Winter Weekends. For the entire duration of the Winter Weekend, which will finish on the 7th of January, player-owned ports... we've already done the player-owned ports one. From today for the fishing one. Spots will move around half as frequently in standard fishing. In deep sea fishing, it will be available to all players regardless of level. If you are a member, we do have someone in the forums complaining that he wasn't able to get in because he was free to play. But it is a members area, so you do have to be a member. Encounters are more common. Bottled boosts will last twice as long. Uncharted maps, fishing notes, and bottled boosts are found more frequently. The XP bonus cap increased to 30%, and bonus builds up to 10% quicker from Fishing Frenzy. There will be no electrified jellyfish spawn, so you can just fish away at the jellyfish at your heart's content.
It's funny. I thought those were bonuses. I was fishing on those.
They take you... Oh. Yeah, and then you can't fish them for 5 minutes or something afterwards. Yeah, no. Don't. When they're electrified, move. Swarm fishing acts as if you were 5 levels higher. Custom fish, such as the sea turtles, great whites, and manta rays, bait is 50% more effective. These bonuses will expire on December 10th, so make sure you take advantage of those.
Booyah. Right on. So our main update for the week then, yeah?
Actually,
yeah.
Just one more. Don't forget also, there is a competition on with Jagex at the moment for the Skybox and filter screenies. So 2 weeks ago, Jagex improved the skybox and filters with advanced custom options, allowing you to make fancier screenshots than ever before. And oh boy, we've received so many screens from you all since then. It's been a real pleasure to rediscover Gillinor through new arty creations, from the ultra-realistic to the completely psychedelic. We even had a real surprise when some of you started to exchange their custom skybox values. So we asked ourselves, why not have a little more fun and make a Screenies competition? So basically, if you go to the main page, it is all on there. The competition runs until Sunday, 9th of December at 23:59 UK time. You can send it to them on Instagram. Use the hashtag RuneScape Screenies, or tag the official RuneScape channel at RuneScape. First place is 3 bonds, and second through fifth will get 1 bond each.
Cool. If you're into that, if they are the artistic style, maybe give it a chance for a while. Oh, it just hit half an hour, so if you're interested, maybe come join me. What a nice little treat for me. Anyway, shall we get into the first topic?
We shall.
Rightio, Alchemical Onyx. And we've been waiting for this for a while, haven't we?
We have. I mean, this was the last game jam, so I was actually expecting these to come out, June, July, maybe August. But, they took a little while, but boy, glad for the wait. Two of them are excellent.
I was expecting these to drop in January, so I was actually a little surprised. So here we go. Remember when they used to count down to Christmas with shopping days? That was before every day was a shopping day. Not that anyone goes to the high street shop anymore. Of course, regardless if you shop to proper metric to measure the rapidity of the festive approach, then how's this? After today, there's only 2 more weekly news posts before the wind down to the website clock for Christmas, none of which means Gielinor is slowing down. Indeed, this week, we're pleased to detail the arrival of the long-awaited update, some brand new Alchemical Onyx items, which presumably was to top off your Christmas list. So here we go. Alchemical Onyx. Yep, they're finally here. We have a whopping 3 items designed in conjunction with the community for you, all of which arrived today, which was December 3rd. Grace of the Elves is the first one here, a new degradable necklace designed to help you out whilst skilling. This is made craftable from an alchemical onyx and requires 91 crafting, a gold bar, again, one alchemical onyx, which requires 107 invention to discover first. The necklace can then be enchanted with the spell, which requires level 87 magic. The item offers the ability to store up to 500 signs of the porter, which, by the way, has come up with a little bit of contention. You can't disable them once you've put them in. It's just like a permanently on thing, which to me, I expected that to be the case. Some people have complained about that. Teleport to where your skilling portals are attuned to inside the Max Garden. If you don't have access, you will receive a free one-off attunement. Reduce the drain rate of chronicle absorption and superheat form. Whilst using gathering skills such as divination, mining, woodcutting, farming, and hunter, you have a chance to roll on the rare drop table. Yes, this means if you were to look at the dwarves, Grace of the Elves has a chance of getting a Hazelmere signet ring. So, that's pretty cool.
That's good, but I mean, it sort of now means that I don't wear those rewards from the Sliskay quest.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
The catalyst and all that type of stuff.
Bladecom and I were talking about that yesterday in our chat in RuneScape.chat. Toss it right into your browser right there. Join us, chat. It's cool. We were talking about that. I think they should make it stack. If you own that quest reward and you put that necklace on and you're wearing the ring and you're holding the catalyst and wearing the necklace and you're wearing the Grace of the Elves, the rest of the set should work. That's my feeling.
I would be happy with that.
Yeah. I hope we can ninja fix that. But that's just how I feel about that. I suggested put it on the ninja team, and that's just my feeling. Anyway, the second item is Ingenuity of Humans. It is a sigil that allows your next hit to be a guaranteed hit. It can be created on a workbench after discovering the blueprint at 114 invention. Again, filling in invention, love it. I'm really happy that invention are getting these meaty things, really adding that end game value to invention. Invention is really becoming the skill it needed to be. Again, needing 1 alchemical onyx, 10 stunning components to create this, 750 smooth parts, 50 direct components. It degrades with the use and requires fortunate components to charge. Again, a note on that. I think that's fantastic. Adding value back to the degraded clue scroll economy, the strained clue scroll economy, that it was devalued by how many clue scrolls were being pumped into the game. This is helping alleviate that. I think that's fantastic.
I just want to say also, I mean, I've got the Prosper perk. I'm doing fire making, so I've got the Prosper perk on as one of the perks on my Tinder box. I have, and I've been getting a lot of medium as well, but I now have 86 elite clue scrolls just sitting in my bank ready for me to sort of unlock and go out and do. Pretty much it caps at 25. But with that Prosper perk, it's obviously taken it well over.
Yeah,
and I haven't even collected the ones from the Skeletal Horror or my player-owned ports recently either. So
I mean, my road to 1 million Abyssal Demon kills has me just collecting Triskelion key fragments at an alarming rate. I'm going to have like hundreds of Triskelion key. Maybe that's a little bit of an exaggeration. I'm probably going to have like 100, maybe 150 Triskelion keys by a million Abyssal Demon kills. And that's going to, it's going to net me another 150 elite clue scrolls right there. Plus the 100 I probably already have in my bank from all the other nonsense that I'm doing. And yeah, there's just so many clues. Like the clue scrolls are just, they're very devalued.
Yeah, I think I mean, I was excited about it at the start, but I think it should have capped at 5 and been a hard cap.
So, but I'm glad to see things like this taking fortunate components out of the game. We need more things like this. I'm hoping that this whole like this sigil sounds great. Having your next hit be guaranteed, that sounds amazing for PvMers. I'm sure something like David, has some amazing like Rain Man way that I can't even conceive of to like make this like KO Telos in one hit or something that I can't even think of.
The only thing is it doesn't tell you how it procs or when it procs or anything like that.
On your next hit. it allows your next hit to be guaranteed. What?
So what? Every hit is going to be guaranteed.
The second it says it is a sigil that allows your next hit to be guaranteed. So let me go into the wiki here.
So if I keep that in my sigil slot, that means after my first hit, every hit after that is going to be guaranteed.
Well, only your next
every
hit.
hit's going to be
and then
every hit's going to be my next hit.
It's going to get then it goes on cooldown for
cooldown.
And then it goes on a cooldown. So your next hit is guaranteed, then a cooldown for 5 minutes or something, right?
There's a 5-minute cooldown.
Yeah, you can't just your next hit and then your next hit and then your next hit.
That's what I didn't understand how it proc because I didn't have any time or anything on there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, no, there's a cooldown. I 5 minutes was an arbitrary time I assigned, but there is like a 5-minute cooldown. I would have to go into the wiki to find the exact cooldown, but there is a cooldown. Yeah. Anyway, passage.
I haven't actually. That's not one that really. I mean,
90-second cooldown.
Really high level. 90 seconds. Okay, that's more for the sort of high end. Well, 90 seconds is actually not that long at all. So that's actually not bad. That's more sort of a really high.
Well, so you're burning a fortunate component every 90 seconds if you're using it, fervently.
That's true.
Fervently, rather. I don't know if fervently.
It's the one I haven't made. So anyway,
my brain is frying over here. Anyway, Passage of the Abyss is a pocket slot item. That's the next one here. This is probably one of my favorite ones here. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. Before we go on, this was the one that should have been the Pyrnact the Pern compactor. Because this was my idea.
Yes, actually. Oh, wait, actually. I missed the last line here. Don't let me diminish this item here. It works with spell abilities and spells, allowing players to use Vulnerability or Astatius Warhammer whilst using a different style. So I just wanted to note that as well. Anyway, Passage of the Abyss is the final one added here. This one is interesting. This also sounds like one that could be really useful for getting around the world, especially if you're a clue scroll, hopper. So Passage of the Abyss is a pocket slot item that can hold up to 6 different compacted jewelry all in one item. No need to carry around all of those teleports. Now you can do it all in a single item. Passage of the Abyss can be created on a workbench after discovering the blueprint at 118 Invention. The player requires 1 Alchemical Onyx, 50 magic components, 1 teleportation compactor, and it can store up to 6 of any type of compacted jewelry. It can, let's see here. To add a compactor, to add a particular type of jewelry to the Passage of the Abyss, it requires 100 is the maximum charge of the jewelry. So to add to the Amulet of Glory, you would need 400 charges. You can combine any different forms of an item to reach this number, including an already compacted version of an item. So it basically just has to be the number 100 just to get up to that number. Okay. Passage of the Abyss can be recolored so that you can have multiple different teleports on each item. I watched the stream, and apparently the most chosen color is purple. Teleporting with the Passage of the Abyss removes charges from the item and can be recharged at a rate of 500 charges per fortunate component. So again, once you've charged this thing all up and gotten it all going, it then runs on fortunate components, not like amulet charges and stuff like that. It runs off of fortunate components and whatnot. So that's what I like about this again, is again, it's burning fortunate components. So 2 fortunate sinks here. Again, making... this brings value to God Wars 1. It brings value to Clue Scrolls. It's fantastic. It's a great update. People overlook stuff like this. Oh, it's just 3 shitty amulets. No, it's not. This has deep-rooting effects that go all the way down to like mid-tier level.
And that's what a lot of people sort of forget about, how it affects other economies and things like that. And I mean, I do a ton of Clue Scrolls, so I actually have 3 of these to put all my rings, necklaces, and such in. It is. I mean, it saves me 12 bank spaces basically, down to 3 items.
I totally forgot to update the podcast title. Let me just do that real quick. Podcast, I'm a moron. Feel free to read the advent calendar while I do that.
Yes. This year's Christmas countdown has already begun. From now until Christmas Day, players can enjoy a free festive daily gift courtesy of Santa. You'll find the advent calendar on the community tab. Free goodies include lamps, prismatic stars, relics, crates, and assortment of new cosmetics. Also look out for an exclusive Christmas Day treat. The prizes will remain available up until January 7th, so don't worry if you miss out on a day here or there. There will also be a different promotion on Treasure Hunter each day, but these will be time limited. Once they're gone, they are gone. Throughout all the different promotions, Treasure Hunter players will have the chance to win Christmas loot pinatas, which you can then smash open for an assorted festive themed loot and prizes. Also, be sure to check out the Christmas Forum competition. There are some fantastic prizes up for grabs with something different on offer each and every day, so make sure you keep a close eye on the forums over the next month. Please note also that Ironmen will only be able to obtain the cosmetic items. I mean, I don't know why these days. I mean, they get everything else with the free XP. It's a couple of lamps. Probably not going to hurt them anymore.
I love advent calendars. I love them. It's like it's one of my favorite things from childhood. I will never
penguin.
I will never not cling. You had a penguin?
I got the penguin jumper.
Oh, nice. I will never not cling on to advent. I'm not religious at all. I will never not cling on to advent calendars. I don't give a shit. I love them. They're awesome. They're freaking cool. So open it in a little box. You don't know what's inside. Mystery. It's fun. Anyway.
That's it. And it's been, I mean, Jagex have always been good with this every year where, if you do miss a couple of days, you can sort of always open it late. In previous times, we've had, Silverhawk boots and spring cleaners and that given away on them. So, they have always looked after the community with what's on offer out of these things.
Yeah. That's always been a thing. It's always been a little taster of what's on Treasure Hunter. Get over it. And sometimes it's just a large-ass star. Like, that's nice, too. I've got a bunch of large-ass, stars. I'm just sticking them into Herblore because, Herblore is expensive. I'm trying to get 22 million bonus experience. Do you know how long that's going to take me? It's going to take me, a year. Also, I just realized it's the 7th, not the 6th. So I'm going to, I'm just going to pretend I didn't say the 6th in the intro, and everyone else just pretend that also, okay? Hive mind. Everyone accept that, okay? Thank you.
See, I, in all honesty, unless you said anything, I don't think anyone would have noticed.
Anyway. I know.
You just pointed it out, so everyone knows now.
But I do it for the entertainment value.
Of course,
I do it so people can point and laugh. Yeah, I do it so we can all laugh at me. Yep. Okay. So that's what's going on. Let's move along here. We could talk about
removal of mobilizing armies.
Well, yeah, that's true. That happened, didn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a thing.
People are complaining already about. They told us that you're not going to get that much. They're going to be harsh on the rewards.
No one took me up on my dare. I'm really disappointed. I dared. And there was money behind the dare too, and no one took me up on it. I dared 50 million gold to stand inside mobilizing armies and log out there while it was being removed and see what happened. No one wanted to do it.
A party hat, I would have gone for. Anything less, no.
I mean, I get it. I get it. Fair enough. I mean, you probably would have just moved any characters there, like, to Lumbridge or something, but
probably, yeah.
And you probably would have made 50 million gold, but I get it. Anyway,
but anyway, a lot of the rewards that used to be there have been basically, some have been moved. The locator's been to divination. The cosmetics will now be in the Thaler store. The low-level ring imbuing will probably go to Soul Wars reward shops, and they are bringing some new high-level ring imbues, which will be bought with techie from raids. So there you go.
I would have done it. You got to be up late at night on Discord. That's the problem. Hang out in Magebit.tv late at night. Runescape.chat. Dang it.
So Mage starts sort of losing his mind a little bit and just
after I take my medication. Right. Once I've fully taken all of my nighttime meds, that's when I start making weird bets and stuff with people. It's when I shouldn't be on the internet. That's why I try not to stream at night, and I've said I shouldn't stream at night, but occasionally I'll be like, I'm gonna do it, and I do it, and then it always ends up okay for the most part, but one of these days another Quidesting stream is gonna happen, and that's what I'm afraid of. It's not, alcohol's not even gonna be involved. It's just gonna be freaking. It's just going to be like regular pharmaceutical medications that I've been prescribed, and it's going to be sad. Anyway, off topic.
Yes. That's it. Just two other quick things that come from the patch notes. The drop rates of the codices in the Dragonkin laboratory have been improved, and I had tell all our patrons, go and listen towards the end of the pre-show where we had a little chuckle about insta-kill darts will no longer work on familiars.
That was hilarious.
We had a great little session at the end of the Patreon.
That was a long pre-show.
Have a listen to that.
That was like an hour and a half or something. Yes. The new ring, Blade Constantine, the new rings are a +2 to 3 more strength mage a range bonus over like your Ring of Death or over the current ring, over the current imbued ring. Okay, so it's not that onto the ring. Doesn't become best in slot or anything. It's just a thing that exists. Okay, mobile's better too.
Ring of Death, you imbue it and it'll get the.
I also want to just say as well, while we're talking about patch notes and whatnot, they mobile is updated and better. Like I've been playing mobile on my phone, the LG V30, and it's been better. It's been running a lot better.
There's a ton of fixes in this week.
Yeah, the accuracy is perfect now. My pin accuracy is perfect. I've been moving around in the world great. I haven't done any combat yet because I'm a wimp, but I will try to work up my guts to go fight some Abbey demons and see what happens soon. And get on that. The chat, I still have not tried chat. I can't figure out how to use clan chat. I cannot figure out how to use clan chat for the life of me. So I guess I could just do // but I really wanted to just be in a clan chat channel. I can't figure that out. So that sucks. But I might just do / and see, whatever. Anyway, shall we move along?
And if you want the full patch notes, we have the other podcast up, my patch notes and game updates on the RuneScape Weekly channel. So
just log that.
Feel free to listen to those.
Yes, indeed. You got it on the YouTubes. You got it on the podcast feed. However you like it, we got it. You like your eggs sunny side up, hard boiled, soft boiled. We got it for you. Anyway, we got the December month ahead as well. Courtesy of Rubik. You like it in text form? Cool. It's on Reddit. You like it in audio form? Let's do it. A little feedback on Alchemical Onyx jewelry first up here. General information here. We may do more items in the future, such as a bracelet and amulet. Fairy rings and elder tree teleport functions won't be added to jewelry. No HSR has been obtained via skilling yet. Broadcasts not specified if a ring was obtained via skilling, which makes sense. Why would it be? There are less than 300 HSRs in the game at the moment.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's
right?
lower than I thought.
Grace of the Elves will not significantly increase the rate they enter the game. Not as many people skill compared to PVM, and not many players will be using both pieces of jewelry. Grace of the Elves. The item copies the portal attunement, meaning if it changes, so does the item's teleport. The Siren Spirit lasts for 30 seconds and is meant to reward the player who pays attention. Okay, 30 seconds is not bad. It feels way faster. I guess I really don't pay as much attention as I thought I do. No plans to make the Siren Spirits more visible. I think that's fair. If they last for 30 seconds, then that's perfectly fair. No plans to... Yes.
Especially now that other people can't steal them on you.
Yeah. I think that was more the problem, was other people were stealing them. Yeah. If they last 30 seconds, that's not the problem. The problem was people were taking them. Yes. No plans to allow chronicle absorption. I think that's perfectly fine. There's a sound and message notifying players of when it appears. That's also great. Once I know there's a sound and I'm familiar with that sound, I'll be good, because I'm very sound-oriented. Willing to look into adding a timer bar above it, similar to Mod Breezy's timer above Fire Spirits. Again, that would make it more visible. And you said you have no plans to make it more visible. So
I was going to say, well, that does make it. Yeah, bang. Yeah.
So that contradicts. All right. Plans to add a toggle so players can disable the porter function. Can't guarantee it when it will be released, but it's there's plans. A hotfix has been implemented, so Siren Spirits spawn in deep sea fishing and uncharted isles. So again, that's live. That's in the game already. The Siren Spirit only works with gathering spirits gathering skills because they are in a weaker place compared to artisan skills. I'm sorry, I'm losing my grip here. I'll let Pern take the next category. Again, the Siren Spirit only works with gathering skills because they are in a weaker place compared to artisan skills, meaning artisan skills are doing better than gathering skills are currently. There is a reward space for future items to address artisan skills. Ingenuity of humans, the 90-second cooldown will not be decreased. It should not be decreased. If anything, it should be increased.
No, 90 seconds is heaps.
If anything, like I said, 5 minutes came to my mind. That was my arbitrary number that came to my mind. It's standard across most sigils. We do not want to allow players to have 100% vulnerability up. In all styles, vulnerability is a combat issue that needs to be addressed. There you go. That is your Alchemical Onyx. Go ahead, Pern.
Moving on is mobilizing army removal. Removed from the game as of December 3rd, which was Monday. There are upkeep costs associated with maintaining old content, such as MA, will not be reworked if there isn't a benefit from reworking it, or the cost is too large for the return. The reason why most minigames won't be reworked. Mobilizing armies also held rewards hostage. The new locators are getting more use than ever before. Imbued rings have to be reinvigorated, I think that's supposed to say. Shattered Worlds wasn't moved as it would delay the removal of MA. There is no priority to remove it, and it's not as simple as copy and paste it over. It wouldn't match the environment, and it would take additional work to do so. Good. So it sounds like they're not going to waste that area on Shattered Worlds.
Good.
On to other. Ring of Vigor wasn't imbued because it's considered a switch ring. If enough people want it, we will add it. The rings chosen at the top, rings used in PVM. Moving on to Veti is there anything we want to really discuss there?
No, I'm just rest in peace. Actually, just get rid of it. It was garbage then, Garbage in, garbage out.
That's it. The only ring I want to imbue is, because the only ring I ever wear anywhere is my the dwarves, and that's going to require techie, so I'm never going to get that imbued anyway. Veti Violet is blue. So if you want more information, there is sort of a stream last week.
That art stream was nice. Well. Didn't get much information, but it was a good art stream.
Yeah. And I saw some of the pictures from the art. It looked fantastic. Will be released on December 17th, so that's Monday week. There are no requirements. It is also a free-to-play quest. So duration is going to be 15 to 20 minutes. It is a novice quest. Rewards are going to be XP and post-quest rewards. As an early bird bonus, Christmas GE activities have a boost after the quest is completed. Yeah. Now, when they say 15 to 20 minutes, do they mean short like the last quest, which took 3.5 hours? Or?
That's the thing is they use the word short, and this time they've given an actual time frame.
Time. Yeah.
When Jagex uses abstract words, I don't trust them. When they're like, "Oh yeah, soon, short, long," no, give me. When they say November 17th, when they say 15 to 20 minutes, okay, all right, fine. When they say short, no. Soon, no. Yeah.
And this quest, just for everyone, if you didn't know already, will remain in game after Christmas as well. It's going to be a permanent quest.
Yes, you'll be able to do this. We get an early bird bonus, as you mentioned, but yeah, it remains in game forever. So again, winter weekends and activities. We've already talked about deep sea fishing. We've already talked about the advent calendar, but the Christmas cracker we have not talked about. We've done a Christmas cracker in-game previously. It was back in 2014. I remember it. I remember it fondly. That was the year that black Santa hats were dropped, if I remember correctly.
No, wasn't that the one where it was in the middle of the...
Then I don't remember correctly.
It was in the middle of the Lumbridge crater, and you just had to sort of build... you had to deliver things to it, and it'd build up, and then you get a reward out of it.
Probably. It was the year with the big bonfire then? I remember a bonfire.
I think so. There was a big bonfire in the middle, and this was sort of up towards the north entrance. And you could drag the Snoverlord down there as well.
Yeah, Snoverlord was stupid. I hated that thing.
Oh, actually, that's what I should re-release my... although it was Sliskay. Remember that Christmas Carol I did for...
Yeah. Oh, I want to make... That's something I want to do. It is write like a long Christmas poem or something that's RuneScape themed and put it on the feed or something. That would be nice. That would be fun. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so 2013. Yeah, 2013 was the hat. Okay, sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Use that old one of mine, but unfortunately it was sort of around Sliskay because it was sort of Sliskay's endgame type year.
Hey, it's always nice to bring it back up, though.
Yeah.
You can read it on...
The 2000...
Go ahead.
Sorry, yeah. No, I was just going to say you could just rip it and just chuck it on as a feed if anyone wants to listen to it.
Yeah. It's always nice to bring stuff back up.
The 2018 version of this cracker is going to be quicker to build, and the time is offset to more... It's built so you can hit at various time zones, obtain the Christmas cracker paper as you skill. Faster than 15 minutes to pull. Rewards are going to be token XP and good loot. So there's going to be some nice Christmas-themed things in there, I would say.
Yeah, I'm excited. I hope there's black Santa hats in there. Not going to keep my hopes up for that.
No, because that was actually... They announced Black Santas as... discontinued rare. Yeah, not limited time. They did say.
Yeah. The big difference between limited time. Apparently, limited time means can come back.
That's right. We might see the rubber turkeys come back again and just upset everyone again.
No, apparently rubber turkey. I got a set of rubber. I gave away a pair of rubber turkeys for one of our XP competitions. That was funny. All right, and then the 2018 version, did we take care of that? Yeah, we're good. Okay.
Yep.
Other than, we're going down to I'll do the other section, yeah?
Yes.
Adrenaline earns to drop tables. They are currently on the Calgarian drop table. Aura refreshes to be tradable. Aura refreshes are powerful enough and need to be restricted by income rates and not a gold stack. I would agree with that. Bounty Hunter redistribution and Wilderness additions. Need additions until after the redistribution. Also, time spent on the Wilderness is better spent elsewhere. Okay. That's
it's time spent on the Wilderness is better spent actually taking the Wilderness out and bringing it into the 6th Age and just getting rid of people.
If time spent in the Wilderness is better spent elsewhere, then just remove
Get rid of the Wilderness. Yeah, exactly. Because that's basically what they're saying.
Then it's complicating the game. Like it's burdening the game. It's in the game. It's doing the same thing that mobilizing armies is doing to the game. There's a lot of content that is bound to the game in the Wilderness. You can't say that. You have a huge wart in the game right now. Go ahead.
But you look at sort of the area that Mobilizing Army took up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, compare
It's
that. I
tiny.
mean, that's a pimple compared to what the whole wilderness takes
Yeah.
up. And that's an area
Mobilizing Armies is a giant melanoma.
Yeah. I mean, 99% of the players, I would say, do not go to the wilderness. I mean, so that you've got this great big patch of area taking up your game map that players just do not.
Nobody goes to the wilderness willingly. Nobody goes to the... Well, there's a few people who go to the wilderness willingly, and they're psychopaths, sociopaths, and, people who just...
douchebags who want to just destroy other people's games.
and which I think fall under the category of psychopaths and sociopaths.
And David as well, who goes out there to do his Slayer tasks.
Hey, Action Cat, how you doing? Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, anyway. Combat's moving along. Combat skilling pet. I can't read anymore. Combat skilling pet drop rates. Combat and skilling pets use the same formula, XP method, not time method. There's not going to be a blog because there's not much else to say. So there you go. It's the same stuff.
Why do people keep wanting to know drop rates? Just that annoys me.
I do.
The fun is in actually just hunting, not knowing.
I do agree with you, Action. I do agree with you, Action Cat. It is there is adrenaline in the spookiness of that. Yes. I won't disagree with that. There's fear and adrenaline in the unknown of that. And then there is something there. Dyed gear with the wealth evaluator. Yes, we could display the cost of an item plus die. We will look into it. That's not a thing right now? You can't, dyed gear is not evaluated?
But once you put the die on, you can't actually remove the die.
Yes, you can.
Anyway, can you remove... Yeah, but you can't reclaim the die. You remove the die and you lose it.
You lose it, but you can reclaim the weapon.
Yes, that's right. So why do you need the plus die? Just the cost of the weapon is all you've got, because... Once you've died weapon,
here's what it's mainly showboating. It's mainly showboating. So when because when you showboat your wealth off, you want to be like, yeah, look at this though. I'm really worth like 25 billion gold because I've used all these dies. Look at me. That's what it's really about.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I think
I do agree with that.
It's not a you like to show off.
Yes. Yes, because one day I'm going to be that person.
Yeah, I know. You will be too. I know, Major. He'll just sit there. He won't use it for anything. He'll just dye it just to look good.
Oh yeah, no, it won't. Yeah, I'm never. I'm the kind of person. I will never probably PVM. My money is going to come completely from investing and killing low level monsters. But I'm going to buy all those weapons and dye everything and just spam my wealth. But I will never use any of that shit for actually killing stuff. It's just going to be to have it. Yeah. Anyway, but again, it's slow and steady wins the race for me. I'm not a David. I'm not an Omid. I'm not, an RS guy. I don't play like that. I can't play like that. I'm not that kind of person. I'd like to be, but I just, I'm not. Anyway. Where was I? Elite Dungeons. Story mode has been made easier 2 weeks ago. There are no current plans to make Elite Dungeons for mid-level combat. New Elite Dungeons for mid-level combat, rather. So, they are what they are. Enjoy them, or don't. Future bosses.
Well, that's why they're elite, really.
Exactly. It's in the name, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I mean, and story mode is... I mean, at 33%, I thought story mode was excellent, because it gave me a bit of a challenge. And I could learn the mechanics and such. Now that they've made it 10%, it's just run through with your eyes closed, basically.
Let me pop into Shanty for a second. What's going on here? Yeah. Bladecom's saying Wilderness would need a complete overhaul to work with RuneScape in modern days. It's probably too big of a job realistically to come out. How do you feel about that? Where would we go to go? Oh, he corrects himself saying big of a job to do realistically to come out. Okay, go ahead. React to that.
As in realistically to make it a proper wilderness where it's a dangerous area against other players and such. Totally agree. But they could reclaim the area. And as we've said, reclaim the area, take PK out of there. You still want to keep it dangerous. You can have your
I like your idea.
Roaming around, your revenants come out of the caves, that type of thing. And you have a cost with Coden to go in there, something like that. But I just think PKing in RS3 in this day and age is pretty much dead. And, you're making something for, 30 players probably that are left in the game that PK properly. Otherwise, they're just sort of people just, trolling others. And people don't take stuff out there. Unless
there's a few clans, and like you said, there's probably, I would say there's less than 300 people.
Yeah.
And that's a community.
The only other thing I would look at in the wilderness, if they do want to keep it there, is putting more Slayer creatures, high level ones out there with better drops, elite versions of them, with maybe not better drops, but with better XP rates to get people out. So if you want best XP in game, like we were talking about with the agility, wilderness agility the other day, it's the best XP in game only if you have the skull. So you are risking that 500k every time you go out there, but boy, you're getting that reward of that agility. And I think it's 10 or 15% better XP if you slay in the wilderness, and I don't think that's a big enough reward for
the trouble
to justify people to go out there. Exactly,
for the amount of times you're gonna have to end up in wherever your spawn point is.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. Let me continue on. Unfortunately, the Rogue Castle is some of the best thieving XP in the game, so I've had a lot of time in the wilderness. Recently getting 99. The risk of the wilderness does justify the higher XP rates. How often? A question. Now again, Luft, do you find yourself being? I would say, do you find yourself being ignored quite often out there in the Rogue's Castle? Because the Rogue's Castle is quite a remote destination, right? Like, people probably don't go out there very often. I do my criminal bolt runs fairly often. I had to X-log yesterday to say, because someone tried to PK me. To be fair, I knew he was coming, so I was able to get away.
Don't forget the Rogue's Castle is right next to one of those teleport altar things. So it's fairly easy to get to. The other good thing about the Rogue's Castle is if you do have the that high end pickpocketing, the lockpick and stethoscope, which goes straight into your belt. The only thing you're going to lose out there is your loot bag. And now that the worst thing was when they first come out, you lost that loot bag, so your 5,000 points was down the drain. You can just reclaim that now. So there's nothing really you're going to lose out there as such. So
the only thing I can assume is I'm more of a target because they see me going for the criminal bolt run. They assume I have criminal bolts on me. So they think I have money on me, even though I don't really have much on me. I probably have maybe... honestly, the criminal bolts, the tips are not tradable. So when they're killing me, they're not getting anything. Nothing on me is tradable at that point.
Don't they convert to coin drop, though?
That's a good question. Let's check. I'll check the
I thought the tips converted to a coin drop if you're killed in the wilderness.
Let's find out.
But again, it's not really worth it.
I know, it's like, I don't know, the criminal bolt tips. Let's see. On death, does the wiki not have an on death? On death, always lost, but it doesn't say
what a drop. Well, if it doesn't have any drop, it would normally say converts to coins if it does. So if it's always lost, they're just gone then.
It just says always lost.
Well, there you go. So
if you die with these, it says, if you die with these, they become 3 coins each. It says in the
3 coins.
So if I die with 1,000 of them, they become 3,000 coins, right?
Yep.
So he kills me.
I take out 20. 200.
Yeah. So I have 1,000 on me. He gets 3,000 coins for killing me.
And he's probably spent on his runes and such. He's probably spent 5k in runes.
There you go, Mr. Thieves. I'll make the sound for you now.
That's awesome.
Hope you're still there. None of my graphics are working today. I'm having a bad Twitch day. I don't know. I'll have to fix things behind the scenes later. Anyway.
Future
bosses, you say. Let me put chat back where it belongs. All right. Future bosses. There are plans for more bosses in 2019. Surprise, surprise. Also, Elite Dungeons set a good example of how to do various difficulties. Oh, that's good. They actually kind of spilled the beans a little bit, that there would be hard modes and easy modes for dungeons coming next year. So
That's good.
You'll have easy modes and hard modes. So it'll be that's going to be kind of the standard for dungeons in the future.
Add story mode.
Mm-hmm.
I really hope they bring story mode into every boss that has a lore book drop for those people sort of hunting their master quest capes and such, because the majority of questers are not high level PVMers, and I do think it is wrong to lock lore behind such a high level monster.
I'm also really glad to see that they're creating more mid-level content, because a lot of these bosses have been way too difficult. Just way too difficult recently. And
you've got to have that for that high level PVM community, but you've still got to bring it mid level for the likes of you and me.
Yes, and again, Elite Dungeons have been great. I'm glad to see we've had some group content, but I'd like to see some of these bosses. We say future bosses here. I want to see some solo bosses that are made for mid-level players. I'm not talking Elite Dungeons here. We're talking bosses. Future bosses, 2019 bosses that can be done solo. You could be done with your friends too, but I want bosses that can be done by yourself.
God Wars Dungeon 2 style.
Yeah, God Wars Dungeon 2 style. It doesn't have to be God Wars Dungeon 2 themed, but just bosses that are done, that can be done
solo, and you can do them with a couple of mates. Yep.
Yeah, or they can be done with a couple of mates, and the loot's still good enough to split 2 or 3 ways, but can be handled solo if you're you're good enough with your tier 90 or tier 80, 85 gear. Anyway, moving along. Gothic staff kit augmentations, not in the near future. Sorry. Hiding Ironmen achievements. We'll look into it, but not a high priority, because it's probably a decent-sized job to do. Mutating Dazing Shot, the duration won't be extended, but Mod Pi has made it so it resets if it splashes. Also, it no longer will heal next.
That's good.
Yeah, that's probably good.
That was one of the big complaints about that one.
Yes, that's a good one.
Can I just go back where they say hiding Iron Man achievements?
Yes.
What do they mean by hiding Iron Man achievements?
I couldn't tell you. I really... Okay. I'm just reading words on a screen with that one.
Yeah.
If anyone has any more information on that, please feel free to expound, chat, because I don't know. It sounds like a bug, but unknown. Rare drop table, there are no plans to change it. We also are waiting on the mining and smithalizing table. Yeah, smithing table to rework the Grace of the Elves.
Yep. You forgot the poison debuff icon issue.
Sorry. Poison debuff icon issue. Not currently fixed, but looking into it. Let's see.
I got that the other day.
Really? What's wrong with it?
It just shows up. You've got telling you you're getting poisoned, and your character flashes but you're you're not losing life points or anything. Mm-hmm. But it looks like you're getting splashed by poison, and you've got the poison icon up on your screen. I don't know what I had or something, but yeah.
Group content is not hid for Iron Man. They want group content to be hidden for them.
Oh, okay.
That comes via BladeCom. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Oh, okay. That's annoying. So hopefully that gets fixed. Okay, so rare drop table will need some love, obviously, because it does drop a lot of items that are
crap,
and also items that are outdated, and also items that are made by players, and also dropped by monsters that aren't supposed to be dropped by monsters anymore.
1 diamond. Your ring of
plate bodies
has shined, and you've got a diamond.
Plate bodies, stuff like that,
Yeah.
Stuff we're trying to get out of the drop tables and back into the skilling. Although rare drop table, I actually have an idea about the rare drop table. It's not drop table. It's the rare drop table. I think the rare drop table is okay to drop skilling supplies because it's not your everyday drop table. It's special.
Exactly.
It's different. Yeah. It's okay to drop, it's special. It's dropping, you get a bunch of herbs or something. That should be special. To get 100 toad flax should be oh my god, I got 100 toad flax. That should be super special. It's not anymore. It should be. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, and that's exactly right. Before they started adding all that stuff onto the monster drops, it was awesome to have to get your 100 battle staves, or you get your 75 torstals or whatever you got off there, because it's like, wow, great, fantastic. Now it's just like, do I be bothered picking those up? But things like you get a single diamond and things like that. I mean, those type of things also need to be looked at. But certainly, I have no issue with skilling supplies being on the rare drop table, just on the regular drop table.
Jeez. Yeah. I don't have any problem with that stuff on the rare drop table. It's the regular drop table that's the problem. Rare token store updates, right? All right, here we go. Last one.
Yes.
So this has been a problem for quite some time. At least over the summer. And problem I use in quotations because this is cosmetics. But it's just a silly problem.
Nothing nice in there, though. Nothing worthwhile in there.
Yeah, I mean, I own most of the stuff I want already. It's not an immediate priority. It's on a list. If we get around to it, we will make it into adding into consumables. They want to add consumables to it. That sounds like a cop-out to me. I'm not crazy about that. I wanted new rares, but I get it. They want their rares, and they want on Treasure Hunter and Solomon's General Store and stuff like that. They don't want them on the rare item token store. I mean, I don't like. I think. Yeah, go ahead. Like, they have the oddment stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe you can convert them to oddments or things like that if you want to, or when something comes off the oddment store, it could then go to that store, and Yeah,
I figure like maybe it should just be like turn your tokens into oddments or something. I don't know. It just seems like an odd system.
Yeah,
because they have so many shattered systems. And I don't know. Bladecom got a diamond from Grace of the Elves. Yeah, that's gonna be that's the big meme, right? Lots of diamonds.
Lots of those.
Would you like to take the aura rework? And I'll do bank. We'll do every others.
Yep. Aura rework. Removing auras from the loyalty store would have a knock-on effects to the game, as would adding them straight to the game. Concerns around what to do with the loyalty system or combat balancing need to be properly addressed. Currently, it's on the drawing board. Teams list to do further work and progress.
All right, bank rework.
So
yeah,
obviously it's not going to. I was going to say, obviously, the loyalty store is not going to have that rework in.
Yeah, remember they were like real close to it, and then there was silence.
January, they were saying, January. They were talking January. So
yeah, they sounded really confident about it, and then all of a sudden they went silent about it, and now we have this little tidbit of information, and all of a sudden, back on the drawing board. I wonder what happened. Well, I guarantee you, the higher ups probably canned it for some reason or another. Yeah.
Well, as I say there, the balancing, I mean, you can't just drop them straight in the game. A lot of people have already spent a lot of loyalty points on those.
Yeah, give them loyalty. You can't just dump millions of loyalty points back into people's accounts,
right?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a tricky situation. Sticky situation. All right, so the bank rework. I don't know. Do you have any wisdom for them, Pern? What would you do if you had a loyalty system and you need all right? You're back working as a manager at a retail company and you haven't hanged yourself yet, okay? And you have a loyalty program and you need to switch to a new loyalty program and you don't want to piss all of your old customers off. They're deep into this loyalty system. What do you do? How do you switch them over to a new loyalty program without pissing off all your old loyalty customers?
Myself, personally, I have no issues with the loyalty. I would do a buyback program where you get 50%. So once once you've hit your 120 divination and you don't want that divination one anymore, you've spent your 600,000 loyalty points on it, you can trade it back in for those 300,000 points and you can grab another one. I would do some sort of, allow some sort of buyback scheme, which would then allow people who, maybe bought some earlier ones and such that aren't doing them any good to be able to get more of those combat ones. Maybe if they do bring the auras in, lessen the price of auras, so make them make them more accessible to everyone, and maybe have a recharge so you can use it longer or such with loyalty points. It's a really hard one. I sort of really have to sit down and look at it. But there's different ways you can do it. I love the loyalty point system, but it is. I mean, as you said, it is sort of unfair on some players. Because it is about a cost thing. Like you and I buy Premier Club, we get that extra 150,000 points every year. I've done that for this is a 5th year of loyalty points. So that's 750,000 more loyalty points than everyone else,
right?
Who's never had it that I've actually got access to. So there's got to be something. And yes, you want to have people like me still feeling that I'm getting something out of it, but you also don't want to annoy the people who maybe can't afford that sort of $110 Australia, whatever it is, $90 American straight out once a year. That they do, they can only afford their
or the 20 bonds,
whatever it is. Exactly. It is hard to do. The balancing is going to be very hard, and how to do it. I would not ever release any more high level PVM ones in there. I think the skilling ones and such are fine. I think PVM ones are the one where all the issue has drawn. So that's where they have to look.
Yeah. The PVM ones are definitely
a trade-in system as well. Yeah, a trade-in system as well, where once I finish with it, I get 50% of my loyalty points back to get something else. I think that's
definitely
nice
the right way to go. I think you're right about that.
Yep.
A good old-fashioned trading system when you're done is probably the best way to go. Bank rework is next up on the list here. Bank placeholders is really, I think, what's on everybody's mind. It's what everybody wants the most here. What we got first, we got that little bank taster, I think, back first. Everyone liked that. But what's on everyone's mind is bank placeholders now. We want to do it. It's a huge tactical investment, of course, as is mobile. We are currently investigating bank issues still, but we have to implement these issues right away. Make sure we can do updates down the line. It's not easy to add bank space due to the server load. So again, they are working on it. It's a huge tactical thing to mess with the bank, obviously. Like, tweaking bank is probably... It's like heart surgery. Let's be honest. Yeah, it's one of the hardest things you're gonna do in the game, because when you mess with the bank, you're messing with everyone's livelihood for real. Like, one wrong move and you could create, a new duplication bug, or worse. And what's worse than a duplication bug? A deletion bug, right? Oh, and yeah, you just game-breaking bugs. You don't want to add game-breaking bugs into the game. So,
Well, that's it. And especially, imagine someone duplicating party hats and all of a sudden there's, another 500 party hats in the game.
Yeah, right.
Which we would love, but I'd have no issue with personally. But but yeah, those type of duplication is very, very... and it still happens now occasionally where you have things like that happen. So, yeah, it's a big technical thing. But as I said, bank placeholders is the only thing I was really looking forward to. I do like access to my player-owned house and Diango. Again, I would like I like those to be optimized where it remembers that I've taken it out of there and just sends it straight back there rather than having to destroy every time and then try and find it again and all that. No, go ahead, continue. No, that's still, at least it is easily accessible. Those little things are things that they can fix up down the track. I don't mind that. But placeholders, definitely trying to clean up your bank, and then, when you pull something out, everything moves and things like that. That's I think 99% of the players would be happy with just a bank placeholder. Yeah.
Apparently just doing that is a major feat. And I can imagine. Yeah.
But everyone, what annoys me, they were able to do it on 7, in old school. Well, you are looking at a game. It was a build from 2007. It was a lot easier to do. There was a major engine.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. Here we go again. Hang on. Let me 1 second. Yeah. RuneScape.wiki. 1 second. Hang on. Here we go. Let's Rune Tech. Here we go. Let me pull it up here. 1 second. I accidentally pulled up Rune Kite Shield. Hang on. Rune. Let me tell you, Rune Tech. I type it in again because I pulled up Rune Kite Shield. I clicked on the wrong thing. Let's again. This is Rune Tech here. Okay. Really? Because this looks like. All right. Here we go. Yeah. So yeah, 07, right? So that was Rune Tech 4. Okay. Rune Tech. I guarantee you that they were using. Yeah, so RuneTech 4 was using the very first RuneScape HD, right? Like before RuneScape HD came out.
That's right.
That was pre a massive engine rewrite on the heels of 2009, where RuneTech 5 came out. So no, it was a completely different bank system. So you can't say that. You can't even say that. It was a completely different engine. Well, not completely different engine, but a completely different iteration of the engine.
Yep.
Completely different version of the engine. So you can't just say, they did it in old school. It was like 3 different versions of the engine later. We're on RuneTech 7. They were on RuneTech 3 or 4.
Yeah, can I just Bladecom has just said in chat that Mod Hunter made a post about it. Basically, the reason it can't be done is we have too many more items, and if they did a placeholder item as well, because obviously that placeholder would then become a new item to hold that.
That's true.
It would pass the item number cap, so that's very interesting.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see. Leftwolf got something to say as well. Let me bring this on the main screen here so I can read it. I'd like them to do item placeholders differently from how it works in old school RuneScape, where you have to right-click and placehold every time you withdraw. It would be nice to have a permanent placeholding option. I agree with that as well. If you I'd like to pin something. Like I right-click and pin it, and then when I withdraw something and it's gone from it, it's pinned there. It stays there. Yeah, I would agree with that. Alrighty, back to the topic at hand. Up to we're moving
Dailyscape.
We're on Dailyscape.
It isn't a top priority, and it's only considered when making updates currently. It'll never be tackled in one go. We aren't tackling it mainly because it's difficult to tackle. Most solutions either turn players away from the activities or they become OP. The Skilling Council discussed the topic surrounding Garthixian caches being a problem. Most Dailyscape issues are only a problem because the list is so long. Garthixian cache is more of a problem. Players primarily only train divination via cache. It was attempted to be fixed during Game Jam, but players rejected the idea. Of course they did, because players don't want to actually do the skill properly. They want to go and get that OP XP in there and just do it that way.
There's very few players remaining. I hate to sound like a freaking... I don't know. I feel like I sound like a douchebag every time I'm like, there's a very few players like myself that remain. But I just mean in the sense that there's very few high-intensity skilling players left, which is about the category I'm about to talk about. And that's it's okay it's okay that there's very few players left like that. I love the Heffen course. People hate this. I like this. I'm enjoying agility. I didn't really hate agility at all. People hated it. I don't mind it. Anyway, high-intensity skilling, Fish and Frenzy, isn't as successful as planned. Players, too intensive for the reward, they say. We considered it too intensive. We considered it intensive, but too worthwhile. To be worthwhile, sorry. But the views were misaligned for the number of factors. We need to figure out what intensity is before releasing more content. So apparently, players don't agree with intensity from what Jagex thinks intensity is. Good.
Yeah, I mean, Fishing Frenzy is at that sort of far end of the spectrum. It is too intensive. You do one little misclick and you sort of lose your rewards and things like that. They need to get somewhere where you're paying attention, but you're not getting that RSI click type thing. That's what they need to look at it where it is still an intense like agility is, but I think that is one thing where I think they got safe cracking right, where you watch, you see the little spark, you click on it, and you get the unlock. Otherwise, you can sit there AFK and it takes 3 times as long. That I think, is the intensity done correctly. So better rewards if you're paying attention.
What are the rewards from high intensity fishing? Like, what do you get from doing that skill?
Better XP.
There's nothing like you don't
No,
get
it's just
anything?
faster XP.
That sucks. The fact that you don't get anything from it sucks.
It's just the faster XP.
All right, mining and smithing.
Yep.
You're up.
Change the rare drop table the same way as other drop tables. Metal items are replaced with salvage, elked/disassemble for more than the existing counterpart. Ores are replaced with stone spirits. GE value slightly under an ore will be looked into the future if needed. Again, you don't really need to worry about that. The spring cleaner has been changed. It will now auto elk and disassemble items. There are no plans for a development process document. The design process could have lasted an entire year. It's hard to divine when it actually began. Development began around 2017 RuneFest, and the core system was completed 3 or 4 weeks later. The first beta was provided 2 months after that. The next 8 months have been spent plugging everything into the game and making sure everything still works. It will be released in January, with time being allocated post-launch to fix any issues and address feedback. The beta is being left up for a longer unknown period of time, but there won't be any more changes made to it. So it's funny that they say, development began around 2017 when it was talked about at 2015 and 2016. And then they tried that we give you a little bit of it, we'll just do the high-end part of it. And
we'll just skip out on
that. So
it's funny.
They didn't begin.
As Mod Jack said on one of the streams, he's like, I'm glad that the whole project won, because he's like, I wanted to go all the way to the end.
Yeah.
And
I think, I mean, people complain about how long it took, but they warned us it is going to take a hell of a long time, and it has.
And a lot of players complained about it, but I'm glad. Good.
Yeah. Looking at it, I mean, being that they've done it from the bottom all the way up, again, it still frustrates me smithing didn't go to 120 and Masterwork wasn't at 120, but that's as it is.
Mostly satisfied with the system. I have some complaints, but I'm not gonna.
There's gonna be little tweaks here and there, but overall, I think it is a good, solid, well executed update. As with anything, there's going to be a little glitch or a little problem here and there, and think, well, they could have done this, they could have done that. Which, I mean, everything you release, you're always going to look at that.
It's still being developed. It's not final product, not released yet. Still tweaking. Not my final thoughts are not finished. I cannot say that I'm not done critiquing it yet. So. Wait. I'm trying to think of a phrase here, but it escapes my mind at the moment. But basically, let's hang on and save thoughts, save final judgment. Basically, you know
exactly,
because it comes out fully in February. That's when we can fully tear it apart.
Everything I've seen, I am happy with. The only thing I worry about, we're not going to know for 6 months after its release anyway. And that is how good the equipment we're going to be making is, and whether it's worthwhile.
One of the glaring things David brought up to me was, and I'm sure they fixed it, but you could use Onslaught infinitely with the set effect. So, I'm sure that they're going to fix that, but that was interesting. Anyway.
And apparently, you go through those, the overload, the smithing overload, those spikes. Apparently, you tear through those for the cost of them. They're not worthwhile at this stage. But
let's get to the chant real quick before we move on. I like Luff Waffle's comment talking about intensity. Depending on the time of day, I like high intensity skilling in the evening when I'm at home. But AFK things like cleaning Saren stones are great for when I'm chat scrolling for when I'm at work or doing during the day or stuff like that. I'm the opposite. Like during the day, I like to do AFK stuff. And during the evening, basically the same. Like during the day, like right now, I'm doing agility. But
that's what we ask. That's what we ask for in skilling diversity.
Exactly.
You can have AFK methods. You can have sort of intense methods. The intense methods give you the better XP and the better rewards,
and that's why
you're AFK.
But that's why I like Fishing Frenzy, and that's why I didn't see anything wrong with Fishing Frenzy. Because it has that high intensity for you. I mean, it does give you that, like, it's a little, maybe a little too intense for some people, but then don't use it. Go use something else.
Yeah. Exactly.
Let me continue on.
Let's see. And that's the issue. Most people have stopped using it because it was only XP and they're getting no rewards. So it's really, I think it was like 10% better than crystallized fishing up at the crystal waterfall fishing.
Really?
So it wasn't that much better than that, and
that's silly. I wonder if that had to be within balancing, like they had to like make sure that it was slightly not better than crystallized fishing because of how hard it is to get up there.
Crystal fish, the crystal waterfall fishing, they said that they made a mistake with its XP rates and everything up there anyway.
Yeah, that was a huge mistake.
It should never have been put in game anyway because it doesn't fit in with the lore. But
I agree with that. I mean, it's super OP. I mean, anyway, Bladecom, also an interesting note. Apparently, they can't add any more auras because they used an integer value, probably 128 max integer cap. So they can't add any new auras, which is probably why the new Premier Club item isn't an aura.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's interesting. They do really, and this is why we need to get away from Java and away from 32-bit. Like, and again, the engine.
Get away from 32-bit.
Well, this is the engine. This is the engine. It needs a rewrite, and this is why I selected in the survey. Like, please work on your engine.
Yes.
Like, I know we want game updates. I know people get angry when they see just patch notes for updates, but we need game update. We need engine work. Scotty, we need engine work. Please. Action Cat, I was pretty much laughed out of the room at one point by someone who called RuneScape an AFK game. I mean, yeah, there's tons of stuff to do AFK, but like, you want an AFK game, play Black Desert Online. You could literally log out of that game and keep playing. You can't do that in RuneScape. Like, that's an AFK game.
Yeah.
That game lets you bot. Go ahead.
I love his next comment. It feels bad that such a big portion of the player base spends so much time looking for the best way not to play RuneScape. They want that super AFK method, so they click over every couple of minutes and
silly.
That's it.
Bank all this stuff and get a new set of.
I'll keep going while you do that. Mobile information. The mobile team are still working on it, and they are slowly adding more people to the beta. This will continue until it's released. Quests. There will be a lore stream next week, December 11th.
I knew you'd be excited about that.
Is only one factor of all the factors we base our future plans on. The No Man Desert Quest series aren't popular based on player surveys polls. I don't care. Finish the 5th Age ones. Finish them. Get them done. Maybe due to various issues such as recency biases. Old quest lines build up to a massive city, which is difficult on future developers / releases as it's a lot of work. They will inherently be compared to places like Pyrnassius. There were 4 quests in 2018. 2019 will at least meet the same amount.
Are they saying that they refuse to make new cities because they will be compared to Pyrnassius? Are they trying to cop out of making new large cities because because
of the way Menaphos was accepted? But see, what they forget about Menaphos was fantastic.
Yeah,
Menaphos as a whole was a success. Where Menaphos failed was that reputation system and the rewards that you gave from it.
They just pissed off elite players.
Exactly right. That is where you annoyed the player base.
Yeah.
Because you had a perfect area. We all knew it was going to be mid-tier for all the skilling and such. No one had an issue with that.
But you went and pissed off
when you sit there and you bring in a reputation system that is exactly the same as your treasure hunter promotions, where it gives you a couple little cosmetics and a pet at the end of it, through the 10 levels, that's where you have pissed people off.
Well, they did that.
When you split a quest, and Hannah sort of, convinced me a little bit on where I said that quest was broken up, one quest broken into 4 parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, just saying, well, it is a follow, and that's how quests do go.
Yeah.
Just because you sort of played them all in one hit like that, that's why it felt that way.
Yeah,
but again, when the last one took me 6 minutes to do, that's not a quest. I'm sorry. So that type of thing is that's frustrating as well. But even so, the quests were still fine once you got them all done. It was that reputation system that screwed everyone, and how long it took for those elite players with no extra rewards. Now, 12 months later, as you go up, as you do the quests, and as you move up through it, it's worth doing the quests as soon as you hit them now, and not waiting like I did till you had full reps so you could do them all together, because each time you did a quest, it increased your reputation. The reputation rewards are still crap, but you can do it in about half the time now.
Wow, yeah.
So to sit there and say they'll be inherently compared to Pyrnassius and they don't want to do that because it's too hard, no, you just do it properly and you won't have an issue.
I haven't even done them yet. I still have them to do. And they're going to be done soon. Because I have to do Monkey Madness. Not Monkey Madness. Do No Evil. Holy crap. I don't want to do it.
There were 4 quests in 2018. 2019 will at least meet the same amount. Well, it will be the same amount because they've got the Christmas quest to come out, and that is going to be a permanent quest. So I'll let them slide on that one. That we did only get 4 quests this year. Now, they did say last year they were going to do at least 6, aiming for 8. Is what they were sort of aiming for, and they got 4 done. So 1 a quarter. 50%. Yeah, if they released 1 every 3 months, I would prefer at least 6. At least 1 every 2 months. My personal favorite would be 8. If I got 8 quests a year, I'd be happy.
That'd be beautiful.
If they say, okay, we're going to do 4 a year, we're going to have one quest a
4?
quarter. Okay,
4 meaty quests a year and 4 bottle quests a year.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah,
you can throw in a couple of little bottle quests. Bottle quests have proven popular and fun with the players.
Yes.
Look at, the You Are It quest.
Yeah.
That was
fantastic.
Yes, they did have to sort of make some new content for that. But overall, it was a bottle quest, and it was brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just need to do a couple of things like that and have those. So you do 3 meaty quests, or even if you do 2 really meaty quests, 2 medium quests, and 2 bottle quests.
And again,
you'll keep your player base happy.
When you're doing the Christmas event, keep in mind it was done by 1 environment artist. That entire Christmas event was done by 1 environment artist. So that's, again, take that for what it's worth. The poor that's stressful for 1 person to do, but 1 person can do that work. That's impressive.
Yep. And 1 environment artist can do that work. And he's had to create new environment, new art, new everything. He's not. There's not.
That was
from a lot of the other assets.
Yeah, that was from scratch art. I mean, some of it was borrowed from the Grove, but it was custom put together by him. Are we on other, or are we at update direction? Because I have a custom request.
Sorry, we want to focus on quality, not quantity of quests.
Okay.
Example: the Menaphos quest didn't go down well as some players wanted them combined. Needle skips took a lot of work to implement the search engine. It can now be used for other future content if needed, and that's great. I don't want every quest to be like that, but if you bring me out 1 a year using that, I'll be wrapped.
Or just if you could implement that system in a new, unique way in another quest, like that.
Could you imagine every year at Halloween we'll get that? We know that Halloween quest is going to be like that needle skips. It's going to be that murder mystery type thing.
Oh, can you imagine having a Jas, like you go down and talk to Jas again with that interface? Like you know how like Jas is barely able to communicate with us because he's like so far like above humanity, and he's got but you can only type like certain words into him, and you get like flashes of his like godness. I don't know, like that would be really cool, like to use that search system and use like Elder God. Like, I like that idea. I don't know, I like that idea. Listen to me talking to myself over here. Go ahead. Anyway,
I just want to Fatty's popped something into the Discord chat.
Yes,
Mod Shawnee has just put a tweet out that at least 10 people have killed abyssal demons 1 million times. Fatty was asking, "Is that you?" Mage is close to it, but not quite yet.
I'm at how many people? At least 10 people? Not quite.
Yeah.
I'm at 600K. I'm aiming for 1 million.
Yep.
But now I know that. Now I know that there's at least 10 people out there that I'm competing with. Dang it. There's a lot of competition out there, and I'm over here just doing agility laps. Because I know I'll get killed while I'm doing the show. Anyway. Before we go into our next topic, let me do the other category real quick, but I had a request from chat.
Yep.
There was somebody who played Darkscape and is going to start RuneScape 3, and they wanted some suggestions on how to
I want to say welcome aboard to RS3. Hopefully you will enjoy. I mean, as long as you don't mind not sort of PKing all over the world, you'll love this game.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of PvP in RuneScape 3, but yeah, they wanted suggestions on how to level up their character, how to get into RuneScape, how to what is the best way to start getting into the game. What are our suggestions on getting into it?
If you like killing things and such, I would suggest Slayer. Slayer is also a good way to make money. Get out there, do that. Sort of level things up together. Don't just sit there and concentrate on one skill and burn yourself out. Vary it. Just try different things and see what you like. Dungeoneering is a very... It's a maxi
needed
mini
for
game.
A lot of things.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Dungeoneering is a maxi mini game, so you sort of just run dungeons. You can unlock... So it used to be Dungeoneering was you did to unlock your chaotic weapons and such. Obviously, there are weapons just as good in-game, which are probably a bit easier to get nowadays. But if you do like your skilling, there's a lot of good skilling add-ons in there. Things like your cleansing scroll for herbs, that type of thing. It really depends what you enjoy. As I said, myself personally, if you like killing things, check out Slayer. Can't go wrong. You'll make a ton of GP, which can help you out in other skills as well. Find a skill you like and go for it.
One of my main suggestions as well is Road to Prifddinas. Like, go to the wiki and just filter the quests that you need. What I like about the new wiki, you type your name in, and it will filter the quests for you personally and path you directly to... I don't think you can actually do this in-game as well, but just path yourself directly to Prifddinas. Find out what quests you need to do to get to Prifddinas.
What skills and all that type
what
of
skills
stuff.
you need to do, because that is what is going to get you the best shit in the game. So once you know what quests you need to do and what skills you need to do, start making a list. You mentioned that you already unlocked a lot of skills because of the lamps and whatnot, so you probably already have a lot of the requirements. So you probably can check off a lot of that stuff already. So a lot of the stuff is probably just going to be quests. Let's see here. So someone, let me read. He's replying. Let me just bring. Go ahead, Pern. You can.
I was going to say, Mage said go to the RuneScape wiki. That is the new wiki, not the Wikia.
Yeah, RuneScape.wiki. Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Thanks for help. Yeah, no problem. Yep. So yeah, those are the main things. Getting into Prifddinas is a huge help. Is where I am right now. Obviously, it's got all the main skilling hubs.
And work on your herb lore.
Yeah, herb lore is super important.
And prayer.
Slayer is super important. All my money, my billions of gold, has all come from Slayer. Fighting abyssal demons requires 85 Slayer. Fighting frost dragons is another big one that requires Dungeoneering and Slayer. I mean, yeah, fighting rune dragons requires. That requires Slayer. Like any good monster that makes money is gonna require Slayer. So get that Slayer level up.
Yep.
That's basically that's
RuneScape
in a nutshell, isn't it? Good.
Yeah, I was going to say prayer, herb lore, and Slayer. Once you get enough tokens and you can get up to it, get your demon horn necklace, because that helps a lot with your sort of prayer AFKing. It just buries the bones for you as you're killing things. So you'll be surprised at how quickly your prayer goes up using that.
Yeah.
And if you're not at 43 prayer yet, go and try and find, I think it's World 2 that does it a fair amount, the Nexus.
Yes. Oh, yes.
0 to 43 prayer, in like half an hour. Really.
Yep. And if you're not, I mean, it'll give you a bunch of free prayer no matter what, even if you're already over that level. But
that's
it's not that much prayer XP. So take it or leave it. If you want it, you could take it. You might have already taken it in Darkscape. You might be able to take it here as well.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, if you've been in Darkscape, you've probably got a lot of that stuff up to a worthwhile point anyway.
Yeah, and again, the lamp XP that you get,
Yep.
transfers over to here. So, yeah. Anyway, update direction. If you have any questions, by the way, feel free to ask. Always willing to answer and field questions. That's what we're here for. We're a podcast first and foremost, but we are a helpline as well. Update direction. ModPie and other simple fixes. ModPie is familiar with combat code and sometimes has fresh eyes on the topic and allows for issues to be completed sooner. ModPie's fixes won't be out this year due to holidays. It will likely come out Q1 next year. In order to fix similar issues sooner, community management will be working closely with the Ninja team to decide priority. There has been more attempts to get feedback from players in various posts. Game Jam helped highlight updates to be added to the game, which the Ninja team will be working on early next year. There will be 2 weeks. Yes, go ahead.
Again, Game Jam, they said they have allocated a couple of weeks in February to bring out this year's Game Jam stuff in, but they're saying they'll be working on it early next year, so we may not actually see those in February as promised.
Hopefully. I hope we do.
Yeah. If they're not going to start working on it until early next year, although it gives them 4 to 6 weeks, we'll see.
They're not large projects,
Exactly. That's what I was just thinking.
They game jammed them, They're supposed to be small projects that can be done in a weekend. So 4 to 6 weeks should be plenty of time to make these small projects.
Well, fingers crossed. But don't yell at them if they are a couple of days late because they've got to, or a couple of weeks late because they've got to make sure that they work properly.
Let's see here. So Game Jam is there will be 2 allocated weeks for fixes. Some ModPie's other updates to PVM Game Jam's stuff. I am so excited. I wasn't excited originally for the update for the cosmetic ring update for the emotes. Because they're adding the ability to transmog the emote tab for any of the rings you have. And I was like, oh, that's stupid. I don't really have any rings. Now I have all of the Barrows Brothers rings from that event. And now I'm like,
do you have to have them in your bank, though, or can they be in Diango?
They better be able to be in Diango.
No, you got to have them in your inventory.
If they have to be in your inventory, I'm going to personally fly to Jagex and have a sit down with that mod and tell them that they need to go back to school and learn some more Java.
I would assume they're going to work from Diango. I was just trying to stir the pot a bit there.
I know. Finally, we got work priority. Let's see here. Everyone in the company has input, which helps decide update priority. We build a release roadmap based on information. I mean, that's a good idea. You should build a release roadmap based on information. It's a bad idea to build a release roadmap based on blind, gut feeling. We target updates to certain types of players since not every update relates to all players. I'm just speaking this is just corporate speak. In 2019, we want to focus on updates moving in a certain direction and have a more modern feeling. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Yes. But we've also got to remember that they've still got to finish up their sort of unfinished business, get that out of the way. And part of unfinished business to me is sort of 5th Age quests need to be brought up now. Get all storylines into the 6th Age. Let's finish the 5th Age, get it out the way, get it all done, get everything to the 6th Age.
Their last line says... Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
The other problem is, again, I still haven't heard more about their... Remember last year, the big thing was the 5-year skilling plan. I haven't heard anything about that out of anything.
No, they don't really talk about it much. But when you mention it to Timbo, he just kind of says like, no, it's it's in everything. He says it's in everything he works on. It's in everything
he works on.
It's in everything he works on. But
yeah, that's right.
It's not in everything everyone else is working on. But I don't know. It's hard to say. It is hard to say. And again, it finally finalizes rather with, we have limited resources and need to be smart on how we allocate those resources in order to reach the best outcome possible. Again, kind of ending on a fairly reserved note.
Yep.
Kind of trying to curtail expectations perhaps a little bit. I don't know. But fair.
I mean, they are going in the right direction.
Yes.
I mean, let's face it.
It's been a great year.
I know, and it really has. I mean, that's in the middle of the year, but yeah, that's to be expected with things that are coming up and such. Overall, this year, I mean, is so much superior to what we got last year and such. And it just frustrates me when the community forgets what's happened sort of 2 months ago and starts screaming at them because this week they didn't get, a super duper major update.
Yeah.
You've got to remember, timing and such on all this type of thing. And, I say kudos to all of them. This year has been a fantastic year.
I agree. And again, we'll be rating this year pretty soon. We're coming up on the end of the year.
Yes.
Just like every year, we got to start planning for the end of the year show. That's going to be, we got to make I can't believe it's already December, Pern.
I know.
Oh my God.
That's what I was looking at. I looked at the date and I thought, I haven't even started Gillenor Origins this year. Luckily, I got out the little supplementary one, but that was only 5 minutes.
One. I can't believe, I got to start planning for the end. I got all the topics together, every single freaking update for the year together. And, yeah, I gotta start planning for what day we want to do that on.
Yep.
Figure out who's gonna be on it and all that stuff. Yeah. Figure out if I'll have any saliva for it. Oh, it's gonna be a tough day. All right. I am going to fill my water bottle back up and whatnot.
I'll start reading the combat fixes.
Yeah, there's a Google document. So you're going to pop in here and just click on the Google document and open it here.
Got it up. Yep.
And this post is written by Gaga Lady, which was, I believe, the inspiration for the Light Within quest and other awesome RuneScape updates that have made it into the game. So I personally find some of these combat updates interesting. So if you want to read off of them, and you personally solo comment on them if you want to, but I'll be back as soon as possible.
So first up, looking at Magic, the Armadyl Battlestaff / Storm of Armadyl wants to make it worthwhile due to it being a high-level content, and it helps to keep Glacor's relevant content. Armadyl runes are also without a use if a spell is not worth casting. Was a great spell pre-EOC. A ninja said it's on a backlog to make better. Such a passive ability which has a chance to reset all basic magic abilities instantly. Seren spells wants to make them T90 to 92 damage. The Seren auto attack spells are currently useless, which isn't right for the end of game content. And again, agreed. I mean, these type of things they do need to look at. Armadyl Battlestaff itself, it's a T77 weapon. It does take a little bit to make, having to get all those Armadyl shards of Glacors and such. And certainly using it with a Storm of Armadyl spell should be a lot better than what it is. Before EOC, it was an excellent spell, but post EOC, it's just basically another air spell that doesn't do a whole lot. Seren spells, I don't know a whole lot about. I do have them unlocked, but I never ever use them, so I can't really make any comments there on how useful and such they are. But David is my sort of go-to guy, and if he doesn't use it, you can pretty much say that it is useless.
I have a turn.
So, welcome back.
Thank you.
Just saying about the Seren spells, he wants to make them T90 to 92 damage. I've never used them, but as I said, my go-to is David. Yeah, if David doesn't use it, they're
they're absolute garbage right now. They don't do much of anything, and that's the problem. They have no real use at the moment. So I think that they could use a buff.
And again, I mean, that's going forward. That's where they can start using different bosses and such. Maybe those Seren spells would be a great thing to use on a skilling boss or something like that. They need to look at different things and such. If they need to be buffed, buff them, but also look at maybe a boss can be worked that sort of these are really good on. Moving on to the range, the attuned crystal chakrams wants them to be augmentable. Currently, the crystal stuff isn't augmentable.
Yeah, why isn't crystal stuff augmentable? Attuned crystal.
It's T80.
Yeah, it's T80, isn't it?
Yep.
So why isn't it augmentable? Is T80?
Yep.
It's high. It's high enough level to be augmentable, right?
Well, you can T60 onwards, basically.
T70, I thought.
T70 in weapons. Sorry, T60 in
armor.
Healing and such, but T70 onwards. So at T60, I mean, okay, you don't want to have the standard crystal chakrams, which are level, I think they're 75s, but certainly the attuned one at level 80 should be augmentable, so no problems with that.
Yeah,
this next one is one that's close to my heart. Tank armor usefulness.
Yeah.
Tank armor currently is extremely disappointing and rarely used except by Pyrnassius. Even when it is used, it is usually only a single person or a few on the team wearing it. This is a problem that the player base and Jagex is well aware of. Potential fixes could include useful set effects or giving tank armor a damage bonus of 20 levels below. For example, T90 tank could have the offensive stats of T70 power armor.
That I don't. What, go ahead?
Yeah, I would probably go more T75. Perhaps
maybe.
I think T70 is a little too low, but
it's something.
Bring it above.
It's something.
Yeah, don't make it as good as next power armor, but have it a little bit better than your sort of your what's his name,
Bandos.
Bandos
make it a little bit better than General Grador's power armor.
Exactly. A hybrid attuned crystal armor. Allow crystal helmet to act as a slayer helmet when on task against crystal shapeshifters. Allow body and legs to be augmented. I don't know. I don't agree with the crystal helmet being a slayer helmet, but certainly again augment the body and legs. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know anything about the crystal helmet, but why should it be a slayer helmet? I don't know. Exactly. There's no argument for that. So that's baseless. No,
just because it's the set effect that the whole armor has. But I'm sorry, you weigh off your set effect against your advantage of your Slayer helm. You choose one or the other.
Yeah. Okay.
So yep. So no, I don't agree with the first one, but certainly augmentation on the body and legs definitely.
Yeah, I'm on board with augmentation for sure.
Yep. Utility items. The Book of Death currently has stats inferior to prayer books, despite being much more expensive and harder to obtain. Does not work in Shattered Worlds. Making it work here would be a welcome niche use for it. Book of Death obviously is bought with Reaper points. I don't use it. I don't know much about that one.
I have the Book of Death. Well, what about it? What's wrong with it?
They're just saying its stats are inferior to the prayer books, and it's harder to obtain and such. So
yeah. I mean, I could use a buff. I don't use it anymore.
Yeah, I think I had to buy it, but I've never actually used it.
I use the Grimoire anyway.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Ancient Elven Ritual Shard. Benefit from use of Holy Wrench like prayer potions. This is at the cost of an inventory space. Yep. No problem with that one there.
Yep. I would love that.
Yep. On to summoning. Removal of summoning energy, not familiar special attack points. No real reason for it to exist. Almost removed completely with Sliske's endgame reward.
Right.
Well, yes, if you're skilling, but you're not going to be using it when you're PVMing. So, again,
that kills the Sliske's endgame reward.
Yeah,
that makes the Sliske's endgame reward moot. So no.
Yeah, no. So I don't agree with that one.
Yeah.
Combat familiars for low to mid-level summoning are mostly useless in combat with a little variety, unique abilities, or utility. This, however, is a problem which also branches into skilling-related familiars. Again, that is a big rework. They were talking about doing a summoning rework.
Combat pets. We need Pokemon. We just need Pokemon in RuneScape, which I think they're working on for 2019 or 2020. I think.
Okay.
I
Your
think.
pet park and pet battlers. And...
I'm calling it now, and I won't eat my Santa hat, but I'll eat something.
That was actually your call. You said remove mobile arming to make it the pet battler park, didn't you?
Yeah, I think
maybe that's what the extra large project that
I think
the
that's
other two mods are working on.
I think we're going to get some sort of pet battler system in 2019. That's my thoughts. Just my thoughts. I have no.
You heard it here first. If it comes in.
I was right about releasing Premier Club on Double XP weekend, so I got one thing right. But then again, a broken clock is right twice a day, so I can be right occasionally.
That's it. On to prayers, Seren prayers, overhead graphics. Graphically show overhead that multiple ancient prayers are being used at once. For example, Soul Split alongside Soul Link, or Teamwork Protection alongside Soul Split. Currently, only one overhead prayer shows.
Yeah, they should do the split like they do with the... Good.
I was going to say, how easy would something like that be, though?
Easy. Graphically.
Easy? Okay.
It literally just
Fair
put
enough.
two graphics over each other and make them split across. They do the same thing when you're doing... if you're activating two prayers at the same time, they just they overlay the two graphics, and then they show half of the graphic and the other half of the bottom graphic. Like my brain is having a hard time explaining this, but I don't know if I'm explaining this well enough. Am I?
If it's just a graphical thing, then yeah. Okay.
If it's they give a circle, like say you're seeing. Yeah. You're seeing your just like protect from magic, and then slap a summoning symbol behind that, and you see half of the summoning symbol underneath it.
Yeah.
So that's what you're seeing. Yeah.
Teamwork Protection, increase max damage deduction to 30 to 40%, and Soul Link, increase usage distance. Options to prefer friends, clan members, etc. when connecting. Removal of the stall animation.
Yeah.
So again, never used it, so don't know a lot about it. These are more sort of group things. So yep. On to Invention. Items released after Invention, other than God Wars Dungeon 2, lack new rare materials. This seems opposed to the actual point of Invention. They wouldn't have to have new perks right away, but players will be able to gather the materials to use if new perks were ever added. I.e. specific materials for Magister drops, AOD drops, Soulac. Now, they did talk about this a while ago, that they didn't want people having to have too many different things out there, and it's going to cost people a fortune, in having all these different items.
Yeah,
I think where we are at the moment is more than enough. I don't think we need to be breaking down more stuff. This is just to sort of break down, sort of more materials. Unless the only reason you would do it is if there's going to be a new super great perk coming out, and if
I'd love to see more things added to Invention, but
first, not breakdown stuff.
Yeah, I mean, first I want to see new. We can add new breakdown stuff, but first, let's add to new tiers. We need to add, when I say new tiers, I mean we have Goblin, we have what's the other one? Human. Yeah, we definitely have human.
And then
Dwarven, thank you. But what happened to the vampires? What happened to the werewolves? What happened to the goblins? What happened to all that crap? I want to see other tech trees. Then we can add things to break down from their worlds,
exactly. Yeah.
I want to see that type of stuff. And again, as Pern said, 5th Age quests. You want to add those tech trees, we need to get into the land we need to see Apasandra or Arposandra or whatever the friggin' bull crap, we need to see Birdland, that stuff. Anyway, monsters.
Okay, monsters.
Thank you for the follow, Smite Matrix. Appreciate that. Go ahead.
God Wars hard mode. Bosses have a multiple glitches such as effects last once the boss has died, or certain mechanics being unavoidable. That is frustrating in hard mode. So definitely something that they could look at fixing up. Again, that's something that the Ninja team or the combat team can sort of get onto when they need to do.
Thank you very much for the sub, Rodacious. Very much appreciate that. We're having a little bit of a social media hype over here.
That's it. We're going.
Yeah.
Dungeoneering bosses. Dungeoneering bosses are extremely weak post-DOC. At one point, these were rather difficult encounters. This is a shame as they have quite interesting combat mechanics. Yeah, I'd love to see Stomp increased, made harder for everyone.
I'd love to see stomp his way out of the mother effing dungeons and never come back.
Although, no, Blink is the only.
And yeah, Blink is the real problem.
Other than Blink, everything else is so easy.
I've come to understand. I've come to accept Blink. I've come to just accept. And I can do them. I'll die. It's okay. And that's life. That's life.
That is. And finally, the bizarre graphics and combat triangle. After the release of EOC, many monsters began doing rather strange things, such as tiny spiders casting magical spells. I believe this was so that more areas of the combat triangle were favoured and equal. However, it looks very strange and feels weird. I have never really noticed that type of thing, but anyway, the combat triangle certainly needs to be fixed.
Yeah, the combat I wouldn't even call it a triangle.
Yeah, and it's an isosceles triangle, yeah.
16:9.
So that is that was from Gaga Lady.
Yes, good stuff.
So some
mostly
interesting
good stuff.
Things there. So there we go.
We'll move along now. Yes, sorry.
Yes, on to the next Reddit post. You can have that one.
Yep, I'm trying. It currently says it currently just says 500. That's not very helpful.
Yeah, that's what I got too.
Hang on. Reddit is currently shitting the bed. Stand by. Technical difficulties. I may have to try and get a cached version of this post. We have a 500 error. Momentarily stand by. I'm going to try to...
But I had it open. It shouldn't have... it should have stayed.
That is odd. I've never...
Unless it was actually... Because I just clicked them all open. I didn't actually see it load, so maybe it...
Well, we will hold on to that then. And we'll come back to that, and we'll move along for now and talk about Alchemical Onyx improvements. Yes, they just came out.
We put this one in because this person has called it 2 useless Alchemical Onyxes. They're 2 of the best things in game, but apparently to this person, they are useless. So,
yes, they have just come out, but this person already has some suggestions to improve them. Lots of love are given to both Luck of the Dwarves and Grace of the Elves, earning them much justified praise. The other 2 are hardly discussed, and hence I've stepped up to make this thread. Ingenuity of the Humans, first of all. Honestly, if you have the attacker's insignia, whether or not it's charged, I highly recommend you use that insignia instead. The only ingenuity of the humans does, the only thing the ingenuity of humans does, your next hit will land. Sounds neat, right? Trouble is, you can use the Gothic staff spec completely free for Magic and Quake, also free, plus Statius's Warhammer, a whopping 90k per charge at the current GE value, for melee if you really need an extra bit of accuracy at endgame bosses. Ingenuity of Humans has no other bonuses and adds no DPS benefits, unlike an attacker's insignia. The only way one would find its niche functional useful is when they really need to use a weapon that does not match their armor for only one shot at an ability they really, really want to use. That's about 19,000 per use at one current GE price for that one shot. To be honest, if you are familiar with a boss and are just wanting to camp kills, you could use non-degradable Sliske's parity to allow you to use all 3 styles without any penalty, plus the armor could only replicate any War Priest effect if the War Priest is owned. So that's their argument for Ingenuity of the Humans. That sounds extremely complicated. An extremely complicated workaround for what could be a 1 inventory slot item. But Okay. I'd love feedback from the chat on that if people agree or disagree with that. That sounds overly complicated for what, again, it could be a 1 inventory slot item. Again, now here's passage of the. I'm probably reducting it down a bit because again, I don't do high level bossing. It's not my area.
I was going to say I'm the same. That's the one I didn't make, the Ingenuity of Humans. The other two I do have, and I think a guaranteed hit. So if you know that, the next hit is coming is going to be the hard one. You can sort of throw on your debilitate, or if you've got a shield, you can throw on your reflect, or any of those other ones that sort of block that damage coming in. I think a guaranteed hit on that one would be very useful.
Yeah, I would agree.
But anyway, that's...
Moving along, we have Ingenuity of the Humans. Upon activation, any hit is 100% accurate, lasting 6 seconds instead of just 1 second. I feel like I just read that. No, whatever.
No, this is her. This is what she wants.
Oh, this is what she wants. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. This is her change. Gotcha. Okay. So this is her modification to it. Upon activation, any hit is 100% accurate, lasting 6 seconds instead of just 1 hit being 100% accurate. For God's sakes, the sigil has 90-second cooldown, and the effect expires after 6 seconds anyway if no ability is used. Has a passive effect that makes the sigil behave exactly the same as a fully charged attacker's insignia, only if the insignia is owned in the inventory or the bank. Every time Ingenuity of Humans activates its passive, the attacker's insignia loses its charge no matter where it's stored. The Ingenuity of Humans does not lose charge of any of its fortunate components. Also, when the attacker's insignia loses its charges, Ingenuity of Humans loses its passive effect entirely. It would not have to be uncharged attacker's insignia passive until the insignia is recharged with a recharger. Congratulations, Jagex. You not only made Ingenuity of the Humans more useful, you've also revived an otherwise dead minigame. So
now on to... as I say, on to Passage of the Abyss. Their thing there allows users to teleport anywhere when Passage is charged with 400 charges of jewelry of that teleport and can hold up to 6 different types of jewelry. That's it, folks. Cool story, right? They're fixed for that. Can we have Passage of the Abyss store not just enchanted jewelry teleports, but also 400 of each type of teleport and chip teleport tablets? Passage of the Abyss will also use up fortunate components for charging and not tablets.
Now, if you remember, we just read the Q&A, and they were like, no, you can't.
And there was a good reason for that.
There's a good reason for that.
I've also considered adding Spirit Tree and Fairy Ring teleports when 10 of each portable versions from the invention is added to the Passage of the Abyss, but I'll drop that. Grace of the Elves offers Direct Ring of Fairies teleport from the Max Portal attunement, and Luck of the Dwarves takes you to Grand Exchange where there is a Spirit Tree nearby. I've also considered Treasure Trail teleport scrolls, but one of the Globetrotter outfit pieces already have that function. So in all honesty, just have the Passage of the Abyss accept teleport tablets, chipped or not? No.
Nope.
And those tablets, you've got to have those separately. There's so many things that teleport you around anyway. You've got Dave's spellbook for his modified chipped teleports as well. You can load everything into there. I would like a separate book to store those tablets in, but I don't in any way think it should be added to the Passage of the Abyss. The whole thing of that was it is a piece of jewelry that compacts your compacted jewelry, basically. So you can have all your compacted jewelry all in one slot rather than 6 slots.
Yeah, and that's pretty handy.
Yep.
All right,
I don't know much about the but certainly the Passage of the Abyss is more than it is a brilliant piece of content as it is.
I agree. I don't have one yet, but when I get one, oh boy, Oh boy.
How did you go buying your Onyxes?
I got them.
You got them good.
I got them. I don't have the fortunate components, but I'm gonna do a Clue Scroll stream marathon.
Yeah,
and that'll do me. That'll do me good. But I have all the Onyxes ready. Just I got them for like I had them. I got them for like 3 mil each, which is not great, but
yeah,
whatever. I overpaid. I got this post to work. Here we go. You ready? This is called.
Good, yep.
Sometimes I like to take a step back. This is by Grim Reaper 02, and it says here, sometimes I like to take a step back and marvel at just how perfect a game RuneScape is. Yet, it has design flaws, but that isn't what I'm talking about. It literally has something for every type of person. If you like to AFK, bam, got you covered. You like intense bossing? Yep, got that too. Money making? Yep, check. Multiple skills to train? Yes, sirree. Stupid little mini games. In my opinion, you can do that. Well, we removed one yesterday, but don't talk about that. So how do you, company that you build the perfect game that has something for everyone, every gamer, not ever make anything else worthwhile? That's something I like to take a step back and ponder. How can something so perfect for so many people be built by a company and them not be able to come up with something that is at least close to an original product? People that play RuneScape prove my point. I have been playing for almost 15 years, and I'll raise my hand, 17 years here. And yet there are tons of people who play that have been playing just as long or me or longer. Yet everything else Jagex tries, they fail at. I sort of wish they would make a game just like this, but set in the future. Not going to bother with the TLDR because I read the whole thing.
Didn't they try that?
Mexscape, yeah, Stellar Dawn. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't go anywhere?
Didn't go anywhere.
Exactly.
Nothing they do goes anywhere, but let's take a step back and talk about that. This is an open discussion for a second here. We're just taking a mid-show open discussion here. Why do you think RuneScape is Jagex's only project? Well, I think there's a reason for that, and I think there's a good reason for that. I think it's the only child paradox. I think that, and I made that up. That's not a real thing. I think that Jagex is hyper-focused on RuneScape, and they've become so good at creating RuneScape that they really just don't know anything else. And they've embraced that to this point. Like, go to Jagex.com. Let's do that right now. Jagex, you go to Jagex.com, and we are Jagex. Join the tribe. You look at it and join the tribe. We're hiring. Experience RuneScape. And as you go through the website, you scroll down and you discover yes, their identity is completely RuneScape as you scroll through it. Jagex, as you scroll down and they start off, we are Jagex, but you slowly scroll down and you discover, no, they're not Jagex. They're RuneScape. Yeah. They're not Jagex, they're RuneScape. Yeah. And then if you go in, if you scroll in further, living games, let's go into living games here, right? From live to living, for 17 years, we've been leading the charge in running rich live games, and they say this is the best part. For 17 years, we've been leading the charge in running rich and live living games, plural. Now, plural, okay. That's interesting because they've had Fun Orb, right? Now, I guess they can call it plural, but really the only big game they had was RuneScape, right?
They've got the official private server 07 or old school now. So
RuneScape and 07, RuneScape same thing because 07 gets more love now. RuneScape, yes, 07 is definitely the leading game at the moment, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's
it brings people in.
Yeah,
keeps the money going.
Fire Giants. Let's see here. I'll catch up to chat in a second here. I just after I read through their design page here. So it comes here and it says, as those games have grown in size, content, and popularity, RuneScape the RuneScape community. So this is the thing here, is like they know their identity is RuneScape. The RuneScape communities are more active than ever. We believe everything that makes up the RuneScape experience, in quotations, be it inside or outside the game, has gone beyond the regular expectation of a live game to something we call living games. Like, Jagex is an experience. They know they've created an experience. And if you take a step back and you look at what this has become, it's an experience. The meta of RuneScape, this is a role-playing game. It's an experience. We have RuneScape. We live it in the world. We celebrate it outside the world, in festivals and stuff like that and whatnot. But, it's our joy, it's our fun, right? That it's our way of escaping from our troubles in life. That's what RuneScape is. But why have they only created one product? That's why I think because to create true joy takes everything you have. And to stray from it and try to focus on something else, you can't. And I think Jagex focusing on anything else would destroy RuneScape. And I think the smartest thing they ever did was become a publisher. And using their money on other game developers and letting them flourish, I think is the smartest thing they could ever do with their money.
Yep.
Would you like to get in on that, Pern, or do you want me to read chat?
No, I mean that's basically it. I mean, that is their identity. RuneScape is them. If you've got a good thing going, keep it going. We've seen, even the success of old school RuneScape. I mean, it is still RuneScape. It's going. They have tried other things. I mean, we saw the debacle that was Transformers World, and how much money that cost them, and it took them a couple of years to get out of the hole with that one there. And we have a game that's healthy, making a lot of money. Bringing the people in, and with mobile about to hit with RS3, and with the success that old school has had on the mobile, I think keep going with what and outsource what they were going to do, and what they are looking at doing is buying some smaller games to not buying, but sort of helping develop some smaller independent developers and producing them under the Jagex banner, and I think that's the best way to do it.
Yes, I completely agree. One second here. Just adding a question to the end here. I completely forgot about a feature, which I will mention in the end, but that's okay. Moving along. Where was I?
Want to do your chat?
Yes, I want to do the chat. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. I got totally sidetracked and distracted, which is normal for me. Let's see. So BladeCon was shining. Bad management and decision making, totally, with Transformers Universe. Yeah, development Chronicles and Idle Adventures released for romance. Yeah, especially with not really total platform blundering.
Yes.
Oh, it's so sad.
And
so sad.
That's exactly what I was going to say. There was nothing wrong with what they were going to do with Chronicle and Idle games. I mean, I didn't really play the Idle game, but Chronicle itself was a game designed for mobile, which was never released on mobile. They chucked it in the Steam store of all places.
Silly. I know. Probably because it was the easiest place to put it, but that's the worst place to put it.
Yes.
Thank you for the follow.
It should have been released on mobile, where people could sit down at lunch breaks at work on their phone or on their iPad and just have a game against friends and things. I think that would have been a successful game if it had have been released on the platform that type of game is designed for.
Exactly. Again, I'll try that. Again, Izarad thank you for the follow. And he says, I don't quit RuneScape because I spent too much money and time. Again, yeah, sunken cost fallacy or love? What is it? I don't know. It could be both. But yeah, it's a little of both. I mean, I spend probably about $500 a year on RuneScape, I would say, maybe. But I love RuneScape, and I put that money into it because I love RuneScape. And now that now that I'm better at making money in RuneScape, I probably will spend less money on RuneScape. Now that I better understand the bond market and I can see through the matrix.
And the good thing about that is that even though you're buying bonds, you are still supporting them because there are other people buying those bonds to put down there. Yeah. So as long as there is a market like players of like yourself who will buy those bonds, there are other players who will continue to drop that $6 on those bonds to drop them in there. And it works out well because those players who don't have the time to make the money like you do, they only get that 2 or 3 hours every couple of days to play, but they want to get up there and get their herb lore done and that type of thing. They can drop $10 or $15, buy a few bonds, sell those, get their 60 million GP, and then go and be able to do what they want to do. So I think Jagex have got a good system there.
I would agree with that. All right. So that's sometimes I take a step back. I maybe got a little existential there for a second. Or let's get back into the realm and talk about how screwed Ironmen are. Am I right?
Yes.
All right.
You are.
All right. Let's see here. Jeremy Cheng, a forum regular, I might add.
A forum regular whinger.
Yep. Anytime I say forum regular, that's basically what I mean. He says, "What happens if your only account is an Ironman and you get a rare drop like a die? You can't transfer it to your main. If you're Ironman, you can't transfer it to other people. It's like, what do? You're screwed. You have a die. You're not. First of all, pessimist. This is what you call present negative attitude. Come on, you have a die. Use it. Just accept the fact that you got to die. Why can't you be happy?
That's it.
But anyway, that alone, that sparked a discussion with me and Pern, and now I'm like thinking, well, let's try to get a die on an Iron Man, and then let's PK an Iron Man.
Now, I mean, the thing is, you have chosen to make an Iron Man and not use the GE.
Yeah.
That has been your choice. That was my choice when I made mine, and that is fine. I still do clues if I got the if he
gets a nice die, I'm gonna PK him. You'll get the money.
If I got an ice die and I couldn't drop it or trade it to my
what if it's just gone though?
Then sorry,
what if it's just gone though?
Then I would just. If I really wanted to sell it, I would just convert it back to a normal account. The way Iron Man is watered down these days, anyway, you get bonus XP off everything. I mean, it's not an Iron Man account as it was sort of 4 years ago when they first started. But build up, get yourself a good weapon and dye it. Use it. You're an Iron Man that's got a Barrows dye.
Like you can't buy it,
whatever.
Right? Like you can't buy it from the GE. It's even more rare. Like that's even cooler. Yeah.
How many Iron Men are going to have that type of dyed weapon?
The fact that you found it yourself.
Look at it that way.
Yeah. The fact that you found it yourself through pure RNG, and then if you get a full suit all matching the same color, like, holy crap. Jeremy, the glass is half. The glass is half full.
Nexus Origin says, just Elk it. You get 300k for it.
There you go.
Love it.
There you go. All right, here we go. Back to the glass. The glass is half. The glass has just got something in it for this person. All right, the glass has got liquid in it. I can't even read this person's name. It's just a jumble. Look, this post is called "Had No Expectations, Not Really Disappointed." It says, "Look, I know it felt empty, but I believe it's for the better. We human beings like to take everything for granted. Just take a moment to appreciate the good. We have a unique game on our hands, a game we all love, a game to play." A game which keeps us interested. It's been a part of our life for years, an important part, most of us, and a crucial part of some of us. Negativity kills this game. Let me start over. Negativity kills this game the most. Not Jagex, not the JMods, not MTX, not bots, not old school RuneScape, not effing Fortnite. Negativity drives streamers and content creators away. It keeps new players at bay. We actually express our frustrations by getting some extra out there. Things that we don't actually believe that are bad, but end up believing to be that bad because we encourage each other and others to do so. Look at the gaming industry right now. Look again. We're more than fine. You don't have to love Jagex. It's just a name. A company. A company means a business. They want money. That's a goal. But please, for the sake of what's left good and innocent in this cruel world, just give the J-Mots an effing chance. Have you ever tried to empathize with them? It's clear that they truly love the game. It's clear that this game is also community-driven. Look forward to the future of RuneScape. The end. And I've also lost all my saliva. Go ahead.
As you said, we encourage each other to sort of rip on them and such, and that is that sheep mentality. I mean, one person says it, and it's just like everyone else jumps on board, and it's populist these days to attack companies and try and tear them down and all that. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's always been there, but I think with the internet and such, and as we go forward, it just seems to be getting more and more viral, that type of thing. If people really hated the game this much, we wouldn't have the players on there. I mean. Yeah, negativity will kill off some people, but I don't think it's going to. A lot of people don't see that negativity until they're deep into the game anyway.
I'll tell you what. Anytime I go to join a game or play a new game, and this is actually changing for me as I get older, because as I get older, I'm actually starting to not want to play community-based games anymore. I'm actually starting to just like RuneScape. I think is going to be my last MMORPG. Like when RuneScape goes under, I think I'm going under. But we'll see. But anyway, what was I even saying? Oh yeah, I lost it again. What was I saying?
Why you were going to before you go to a new community, a new game? Were you looking up their communities, or because I said I wouldn't know about it until I'm deep into the game. So.
Oh yeah, I always go to. I always check Reddit. I always look at Reddit communities and see what's going on first. Like for instance, I really wanted to play the new Dying Light Battle Royale game, and I was really surprised to find out that it didn't even spawn its own Reddit. All it got was a sticky inside of the Dying Light Reddit, which surprised me. Like it had so few people, it didn't even spawn its own Reddit, which was a big red flag. And that thing died within like a week. So like a Reddit is actually a really good indicator of how healthy a community is. And the fact that RuneScape has 152,000 people, and like anytime like you go on Reddit, there's like right now there's 2,000 people online, and it's a Friday at 11 o'clock in the morning on, Eastern Daylight Savings Time, in America. Like, that's pretty good. So, I don't know. I value Reddit a little more, I guess. I don't know. But I'm getting less involved, I don't know, as I get older. Anyway, anything else do you want to put in before I move along?
Nope. That's about it. But I do agree what he says. Let's just stop beating on them for the sake of beating on them.
Yeah.
Because eventually people just become oblivious to the noise, and when there is a serious issue, it just gets caught up in all the other noise and ignores.
Yeah, let's see here. Isrami saying, RuneScape is dying, though, because no players. It's hard to learn, and you need to be max to make good money. I will agree that the game starts at max, and that's why Jagex has implemented, specifically in RuneScape 3, a lot of, speed-up methods, I think.
Do you really think so? I mean,
I do.
For me, once I hit max, I actually almost quit because I sort of got lost. I thought, well, what am I going to do now? To me, it was that journey to hitting max that was that, and then it was like, well, hang on, now I can work towards a comp cape and start getting all these achievements and all that type of stuff, and then it grew from there. But for myself, there was a great journey to max because I got to learn a lot of different things.
Yeah,
so.
You're right. There are two journeys in the game. Let me rephrase that. RuneScape has Again, to go back, I need to take a step back because RuneScape is like an onion. It has multiple layers, and I need to peel them back because the first layer, you're a noob, right? When you first take a step into RuneScape, you don't know what the hell's going on. And that's beautiful. That's the moment of wonder and confusion. And it's magical, and you're just like, I don't know what's going on. And that's the wondrous confusion where you're just like, I think I'm going to do some quests. Maybe I'm going to mine this rock and chop this tree because, I don't know what the hell's going on. And those days are great. And then, then there's the bold adventurer. When you've got your foothold and you're in your mid-60s and as far as your skills go, and you've got a firm idea of where you want to go, and you've got 200 quest points under your belt, and you're confident in yourself, and then you get hacked, right?
Not me.
Yeah, you're lucky. You came along at like post and like security measures, okay?
And plus, I never click on links or anything because I don't trust anyone.
Listen, I didn't click on friggin' links. I got hacked via a Skype exploit, a 0-day Skype exploit, okay? It wasn't my...
Well, even then, there was very few people I had on my Skype, so I had to trust you a lot to be there.
Yeah, it sucks when you do a friggin' RuneScape podcast and you have to add random people to interview.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Anyway, so did you just compare? I did just compare. I'm glad somebody got that. Thank you, Dem Mangy Wolves. By the way, mayonnaise is not an instrument, but it can be used as a sound effect tool. I would say it's an onomatopoeia. So there you go. I did redeem your mage bucks, by the way. Though that system is now in effect, I am going to be redeeming mage bucks. I'm going to start doing that at the end of the show. If you want to ask a question from Mage Bucks, you can do that. We'll start doing that at the end of the show. So I'm going to redeem that as well. Fintum, does this actually work from 4 months ago? I'll start looking at those. Sorry about that. I just myself looked at my own thing and redeemed some Mage Bucks. Forgot about the Mage Bucks system. I should start using that again. Mayonnaise is an onomatopoeia. I guess if it's an onomatopoeia, it could be an instrument. Isn't it? Let me look that up. Is an onomatopoeia an instrument? This is so off topic. Pern, find our next topic, please.
Okay. This is from Bond Edge, who has a few questions and a bit of a story time. Hello. I've recently returned to RS after so many years. Was lured by a longtime friend out of my green party hat during my early teen years, and now I'm a college graduate and working, but looking for downtime. RS has always been on the back of my mind as a happy and terrible memory. My girlfriend got into the game after finding it on the App Store as a mobile game, and it shocked me to oblivion seeing her fish shrimp at Draenor while typing, "Hello, I'm here," to a random event calling out her in-game name. Seeing the players react to her innocence and having a good laugh, and me laughing with everyone, I just felt the strongest urge to return and rejoin the community with my significant other. I logged back into RS3, smiling at my old nearly 2400 total levels, but everything was too much and cluttered for me to handle. I checked out OSRS and felt like this is the place where I belong, even though I'm no longer maxed. I'm willing to max out once again and be part of the community again. Now the question. What happened to the $5 recurring membership? I faintly remember memberships rising, and it didn't matter since the end is me supporting the developers of the game that I love. It was something like it cost almost double it initially was, but the longer you stayed a member, the lower the price of recurring membership became. I used to pay monthly, and the prices adjusted automatically as the monthly payments come in. How does paying for membership work now? Does the same apply, or do I just have to buy a bundle package? So he's left the game for 10 years, but he wants to go back to his $5 membership.
He wants the sweet deal. He wants the sweetheart deal after 10 years.
That's it.
Sweet story though.
If you continued paying that $5 and all the time you're right, yeah, you would have done it. But you let it lapse, and it's gone.
Yeah, I like the story though. It's a nice little story, but unfortunately you can't sweet talk your way back to $5 a month.
Would that I could get my coffees for $3 again instead of
Imagine if you could just
$5.50.
go into the gas station and just be like, I got a nice story for you. And he's like, okay, all right, here's your coffee. And you just tell him a story. Coffee's worth a story.
That would be awesome.
Coffee for a story. Coffee for a story. All right. We got one more. Yeah.
I had a story to tell on the show, and I have forgotten. Oh, that's no. I want to get this out.
Okay.
I was in the down here at Shanty Pass doing my fire making, and there was a guy down here asking, has someone got a luck of the dwarves to sell me? I need the luck. And I said, I've only got bad luck, but you can have that for free. So he closes it, goes, oh, okay, thanks, and goes over and clicks on my name to trade me.
Oh, goodness.
And I'm sitting there going, that was a joke. And he's going, no, I'll take it.
You should have found something in your bank, dude. You should have just found any old ring in your bank.
And I mean, obviously, English probably wasn't his first language. He just didn't get the sort of joke, the only luck I have is bad luck type thing. But it had me in stitches. I was just sitting there and I was telling my daughter and she started laughing. It was just a great story. And I thought, I've got to remember this for Friday night.
That's cute.
It was.
Oh. OSRS more easy for noob. OSRS is definitely easier to grasp, I would say. And especially on a mobile device, a lot easier to handle. I would say. But if you want that cutting edge experience, I mean, first of all, if you want that cutting edge experience on mobile, you're just not getting it right now because you can't. it's just not available. Just sorry. Your RuneScape journey starts when you max to get a quest cape. Changed my mind. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is it's really dependent upon what you want from the game, right? Because if you're a quester, then the journey is questing, right?
Yeah, the Master Quest Cape was my greatest achievement on this game. Just being able to work through everything and get that. And again, I mean, David took me to Nex. We were actually just going down there for kills, and I actually got the lore book drop, which is a fairly rare drop down there. We got it I think we did 14 kills down at Nex, and that was just stupidly lucky. And again, and that's I'd been slowly working on my quest cape, but I got that drop. It's like bang, and I just concentrated and just went for it. And I've got my Master Quest cape. So
yeah, and again, to look back, when you set a goal, this game has different goals, and there's different goals for different people. You can be a quester, you can be an XP set goal. You can have different goals depending on the type of person you are. If you're a quester, cool. If you're an XP jet setter, cool. If you are a PVMer, cool. If you're a PKer, you're in the wrong game. Cool. There's something for everyone, except
you're a scumbag.
There's mostly something for everybody, I should say. But there's a good chunk of content to fill a wide variety of needs in RuneScape 3, and there's also a chunk of content for pretty much everyone under the Jagex umbrella. If you like PvP, there's old school RuneScape still. Yep. And there's what I like about that. Then, if you're competitive, old school RuneScape's got you covered. They've got tons of contests that they run year round.
Yep.
We never get that crap, but that's
No. But also with old school, I mean, obviously running those contests is simpler over there, with FTX and all that type of thing. And it is a much newer community. So, I mean, that XP racing to the high scoreboards and such over there.
We got RuneScore now.
Still more sort of relevant on that side. And that's it. And that's where now they've introduced RuneScore and made it a proper competition thing over here. And they're adding more and more to it each time. It has really, sort of given me that next goal. Okay, I want to see how high I can go on RuneScore. And
RuneScore is pretty sweet.
So much diversity in the game, and that's what I love about it.
Yeah, RuneScore is pretty nice. We obviously our RuneScore competition just finished. We announced the winners earlier in the show. I love it. It's opened up a new form of competition. I'm a super competitive person, despite the fact that I'm not really competing in RuneScore right now because I'm still focused on my 17-year-long goal that I've yet to complete, which is to max my character's XP out, which I will never stop going at until I'm done. So, I have to finish that. I can't stop until I finish that. But I love RuneScore, and I fully am behind RuneScore, and I will continue running competitions on RuneScore to support it. I love it. Let's see what's got. Phantom. Yeah, go ahead.
Does say where you say you can't really compete until a new skill comes out, as long as you don't do what the guy who won the divination race to 99 did. Remember that one?
Yeah, that was...
spent all day drinking. All he was doing was drinking energy drinks. Didn't get up. Hit his 99, stood up, and basically collapsed and was rushed to hospital.
Yeah,
and spent a week in hospital.
That's disgusting. I think some people burn themselves out, says Phantom. They put too much pressure on themselves to reach goals too quickly. It doesn't matter if it takes you 6 months or 6 years to get comp cap. You'll still get it. Right?
Yep. Exactly.
Blade Comp saying, RuneScape 3, you can't really complete for XP for high scores until a new skill comes out. Yeah. And that's why I love RuneScore. Because it's reinvigorated that ability. And they can add new achievements here and there and just respark that competition with 100 new achievements here, 100 new achievements there. I can re-announce them at the end of the show if you want to stick around. We could do another announcement at the end, tail end of the show, which we're coming up on. If you stick around, and we have, I think, one more topic to go here.
We do.
All right.
From Demento.
You got the Dement part right. All right. Here we go. This is called What Really Grinds My Gears, and apparently this person has been getting their posts deleted left and right on the forums. So this person copied it before it got deleted and brought it over to here to delicious Reddit for us, where it won't get deleted. And this says, I just want to have the ability to toggle my minimap on and off in a game like how it was years ago back in RuneScape Classic. The fact that I was forced to quit RuneScape Classic, even wanting to play RuneScape 3, that the simplest of things, like you can't even toggle the minimap, triggers me so hard. It's such a simple concept and really grinds my gears that people are asking me why. Like, why not? The simple concept should have to be implemented many years ago, and the fact that RuneScape 3 layouts allow you to personalize it exactly how you want it, but not me, makes me want to throw this laptop through the window and then just set it on fire. I get done bashing my face. I don't get it. I don't care if you want to lay out your interfaces on the bottom of the screen side. That ain't me. I'm tired of the goddamn stupid minimap all the time. And what throttles me on more is the people saying Android client does it. Are you serious? Is Jagex toying with me? 5 years, Jagex. 5 years. This post brought to you by Demento and the RuneScape Forums official.
I mean, why doesn't he just... I mean, you can minimize it to like it's a tiny little square up in the top corner anyway, where you don't even see it.
It's stupid.
I mean, and why would you want to turn your minimap off? I mean, it shows you the NPCs and things that are around, or if there's someone running towards you, or... would never ever have thought to turn the minimap off.
It's also one of the easiest ways to like navigate the world is like clicking on the minimap.
Exactly, you just click on the minimap.
I don't know. I mean, that's actually how I navigated in RuneScape Classic was clicking. I always had my minimap open because I'd navigate via the minimap. Whatever. You know, people.
I actually didn't even realize there was a time you ever could turn it off.
Yes, in RuneScape Classic, your minimap was closed by default. All your little in the top right hand corner, you would have your. That's actually why you see my ribbon in the top right hand corner. That's why my ribbon is in the top right hand corner. Because in RuneScape Classic, that's where your ribbon was, in the top right-hand corner. That's where I didn't even... Wow. I didn't even think of that. I put that up there just, like, instinctively. But that's why I put that there, because that's where it was, in the top right-hand corner. You're in the top left-hand corner. You had like your drop-down list for options and stuff, but your ribbon was in your top left-hand corner with your mini-map drop-down and stuff. But wow, I didn't even think about that. Interesting. That's cool. Just to have the option to let him be happy. Poor guy.
Yeah, add the option for that one person.
Oh man, my tongue is
It is funny though.
My tongue is having spasms from saying that. From reenacting that. Holy, that was mostly in capitals, mind you.
It was. Oh, that was awesome.
All right, we did have something from Sudwood as well, I believe. Let me just pull up my topics here. He from last week. We mentioned the set effect from the mining and smithing rework, I believe. And his comment chimed in. He said, quote, "Loving the Friday episode so far. About an hour in, the new set effect for the trim masterwork is how the monk tanks in World of Warcraft work. It's kind of cool because it makes multiple smaller heals for bruise heal over time effective because the damage is more spread out. Will be great for people trying to boss because you aren't giving up damage done. It'll be more manageable. The monk tank is based around taking roughly half the damage over time. When more damage is taken, it just adds added to the current debuff and lets healers, or I guess food in RuneScape, that have multiple small heals over time work better, managing that damage, either lowering it or removing it, whether it gets too high, or how the class works. This armor could be interesting if we ever get the ability to remove debuffs like that or lessen their effects. Also, encourage more heal over time foods instead of more instant heal in one slot. So we have Baron Sharks and we have those other, we have jellyfish, and there's another food that heals over time, sushi, Great Gunkin. So there's 3 foods right now that heal over time in the game, Great Gunkin being the greatest one that heals over time. Maybe we'll see the value of those foods actually rise due to...
Make it worthwhile making?
Yeah. That we actually might see a little hidden value because of that. Discord, yes, thank you. Thank you, Phantom, for dropping the instant invite link. I'll set that up at the bot.
I said that last week that I like the idea of it because someone like myself who does use tank gear because I like that extra life point and just that bit of extra buff it gives me when I am fighting monsters as I'm trying to learn them and such, because I'm not the greatest PVMer. I love the idea. I know sort of a lot of people sort of, why are you putting sort of tank stuff on tank specs on power armor, but I thought it was a really good idea personally. So
I agree.
Yep,
I agree. Alrighty. So let's see here. That I answered as Mayo an instrument. I agree. You know what? Onomatopoeia. I did some research. Onomatopoeias are considered percussion instruments, so I will agree that Mayo is an instrument. Anything can technically be used as an instrument if it's in the percussion field. If you're dealing with if you're making a sound effect, you're dealing in a sound in the field of
there was
voiceover. Go ahead.
No, sorry. I thought you'd finished then.
Yeah, I'm done.
Sarah Doman in the chat was just asking, give the option to augment Void. They have said why they won't do that, because Void is too powerful.
I don't care.
As it is. I would love to see Shattered Worlds offer... We've got the Superior Elite Void. I would like to see the next tier of Void bought out with that. That could be augmentable.
That would be cool, yeah.
Yeah, that I called for that. I said Shattered Worlds, to be successful, should have the next tier of Void armor.
Yeah.
Bring it up to a tier 70, because I think it's tier 60. Bring it up to a tier 70 armor that could be augmented, even if you had to sort of debuff some of the stats that it gave.
Maybe you just take a different direction with it?
Yeah.
At its next stage?
Yeah. That's right, but allowed to be augmentable and such there. That would have been a great reward out of that mini game. Which I did get my 100 World 100, or got to World 100 on for my rune score points.
Congratulations. Did they ever give you the points?
I think so. Who knows?
Right.
The day after the competition ended, though, they added 285. I knew I'd lost 60 points. All of a sudden, I've got 285 points extra. I'm going, hang on. What else did I miss out on?
All right. Any other announcements that we need to cover before we wrap this baby up? I was going to read. I'll recover the the show winners for anyone who missed them. Oh goodness,
Yes.
What'd I do? What happened? Oh goodness, thank you very much, Audacious. Donated. Happy holidays. Let me quickly run in and read that message. Thank you so much for the donation. Pop into Streamlabs real quick and read that, or it probably is in chat actually. I think Streambot is smart enough to eventually pop that in chat. Either way, I'll pop into Streamlabs. That was I forgot. I thought that was in game for a second. Happy holidays. Love being a member of the clan and really appreciate all the time you put into the show. Thank you so much, Audacious. I really do appreciate that. Very, very much. From the bottom of my heart. Dun, dun, dun. I thought I was like, there's no pets to get. It makes like an epic RuneScape sound, so I was like confused. All right. All right. So no. Oh yeah. I was finding the kill skill and chill. I closed it. That's right. I got that. Totally threw me off, in a good way. All right. Here we go again. From the 16th spot, we will go again. From 16th, we have 992 coming in with plus 65. 15th came in with Dan, plus 175. 14th was Hound Ears with plus 190. 13th came in at plus Jagex the LB with plus 255. 12th place was Bobcats with plus 430. 11th was Velma Vixen with plus 470. 10th place was Nico with plus 570. 9th place was Jester with 715. 8th place was Super Pie with 895. 7th place was Iron Rippeth with 1600. 6th place was Gaffandriel with 1850. 5th place was Thebes with 1935. 4th place was Hades with 2025. 3rd place was Pyrnassius with 2130, who is generously spreading his prize to the 4th, 5th, and what did you say, the 4th, 5th, and 6th or something?
Yeah, 5 million to each of the 5 under me.
5 under you. All right.
I'm glad you said spreading my prize then too.
Oh yeah, that sounds nice, doesn't it? He's spreading his prize below to the ones below him. 2nd place, Killer Bunny with 2590. And 1st place is Rhino with 3325. So there you go again. Congratulations to our winners of that competition. We'll be doing another one in May. So if you want to do again, hopefully Jagex will be doing another one. Oh, cool. Thank you for creating commands. Look at you, Mr. Fancy. I appreciate that. I have an actual moderator who knows how to do things. That's awesome.
Yeah, I was just to say, I wouldn't know how to do that. But speaking of which, I just hit Firemaker level 119. Saw the fireworks, my head flicked over, and it was just 119. I thought it was the pet. No, I want the pet.
What do you mean unable to add VIP? What is that shit? Oh, why can't I add Fintum as a VIP? Does he have too many roles? Oh well, I'll figure that out later. Anyway, I think that is pretty much all we have for this episode of RuneScape Weekly. I am going to flip over to our end card here, which I badly need to update. Mods and VIPs can't have both ranks. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Well, you're a VIP in my heart. Anyway.
You're a VIP mod.
Yeah, you're a VIP in my heart, Fintum. And I appreciate it. I appreciate you actually knowing how to make things happen. in chat instead of having for me to go in the back end of things. Anyway, in the meantime, you can find us on social media. We do have a Facebook page. It's facebook.com/rsweekly. Simple as that. Twitter as well. Twitter.com/rsweekly or @rsweekly. Discord for you as well. Runescape.chat right in your web browser. That'll redirect you to our Discord page. If you have the chance, please rate us in iTunes. If you want, head over to that our YouTube page, which is runescape.video, and like this. If you're already on our YouTube page, don't forget to like the video. If you want to find us on in-game, which is not a word. See, I need to just redo our entire outro. I'm so sorry. I've butchered the outro about 5 shows in a row, and I said I was going to rewrite the outro, and I haven't yet, so I apologize. I'm a Ron Burgundy type of man, and I read off a card, and I haven't memorized the outro yet, so I apologize. I'm just screwing up my outro. Anyway, you can find us in-game at Kill, Skill, and Chill, or runescape.club on the web. I also have a personal tracker, runescape.expert. You want to find me there? Check it out. Runescape.video is our YouTube channel. And our podcast archive is runescape.today. That's where you can find all of the podcast archives. Or if you want to custom, create your own feed, that's where you can find the URL to do so. That's runescape.today for all of your custom podcast needs and all that stuff. Want to help us out? Patreon.com/RuneScape. You can get the pre-shows. Become a Patreon there. Or you can get all of the pre-shows and all that stuff. They become free eventually, so you can check them out there as well. Or you can pledge and get the pre-shows there as they come out as well. You want to PayPal me as well? You can do a one-time donation. PayPal.me/RSW. Yeah, that's about it. If you I'm just going to butcher the hell out of this. Top Patreon supporters, Sudwood and Ricky A. Thank you so much. And 11, 12, 13 others. I don't know. Thank you for your support. Thank you so much. I'm going to drink some water. My mouth is so dry. I'm a mess. Pyrnassius, thank you for a great show.
Thank you.
The year is almost over. We've almost made it.
Don't forget, folks, that towards the end of the year, we'll have our sort of year in review.
Yes.
So look out for that. That will be obviously a very long show, but it is always well worth it. A fun one to do.
Yes, the end of the year show is coming up, so look out for information on that. Thank you so much for tuning in. And as always, happy scaping.
Adios all.
And if you're on Twitch, stay tuned for reruns. If you missed any of the beginning of the show, it'll be on for rerun.